At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, it makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox and Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
The Bucks are almost out of the woods. Or mountains of their West Coast trip against the Nuggets.
Spin move by Giannis and a big one-hand flush. He was a blur taking it down the lane, and the Greek Freak is putting on a show.
Our coverage starts tonight at 7:30. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Six o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, March 26th, our top story, more fallout from the group chat fail.
I'm Michelle Richards, in for Eric Billstad, a sad anniversary.
I'm Adam Roberts, in for Debbie Lazaga. Your Wednesday morning drive is starting out with a pretty good look. No major incidents or delays, lots of green on the map. You should be good to go this morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Boy, it's cold to start today. Partly cloudy, high of 45 at the lake, 52 inland, mostly cloudy tonight. Isolated showers possible late with a low down to 36, but right now we're at 27 degrees in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, new fallout from that U.S. national security breach after a reporter from The Atlantic was inadvertently added to a group chat revealing what some have described as top-secret U.S. military war plans. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth claims no war plans were sent as described. ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
The president is now suggesting an unnamed staffer working for National Security Advisor Mike Waltz may be involved.
It was, we believe, is somebody that was on the line with permission, somebody that was with Mike Waltz, worked for Mike Waltz at a lower level, had, I guess, Goldberg's number or called through the app, and somehow this guy ended up on the call.
Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic magazine says Waltz added him to a chat on the messaging app Signal.
Elon Musk and the Doge team now reviewing how the incident happened.
Vice President Vance will join a delegation visiting Greenland, suggesting global security is at stake. ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Usha Vance had planned to travel to the island only for a cultural visit, but plans changed when her husband announced he's joining her.
Unfortunately, leaders in both America and in Denmark, I think, ignored Greenland for far too long. That's been bad for Greenland. It's also been bad for the security of the entire world. We think we can take things in a different direction, so I'm going to go check it out.
Those in Greenland who support closer ties to the U.S. say it would be a financial boost for the island, but Greenland's prime minister calls the visit highly aggressive.
President Trump has said he wants the U.S. to own the island.
Decision, Wisconsin candidates for state superintendent focused on reading.
Candidates say they're focused on making sure that students are well trained in reading proficiency, especially in urban communities like Milwaukee that have seen large learning gaps. Candidate Brittany Kinzer.
We have to make sure that we're using research and evidence-based curriculum, and we have to make sure that our teachers are trained, they've been educated on how to teach phonics.
Incumbent candidate Dr. Jill Underley.
High standards for literacy and math, absolutely. High quality instruction, early childhood programming, special education, well-trained teachers, passionate teachers, after-school programs. We know what works.
Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
Spring election coming up on Tuesday.
President Trump signed a sweeping executive action to overhaul elections in the United States. His latest executive order demands documentary proof of citizenship be added as a requirement for federal voter registration. It also requires all ballots be received by Election Day throughout the country. The president says more election actions would be taken in the coming weeks.
Longtime city attorney in Sheboygan stepping down from his post and what he says was the mutual interest of both parties.
Charles Adams had been in his position since 2015, but served in the city attorney's office for nearly 2 decades before that. Adams told the Sheboygan city administrator of his decision to retire last week. This followed a city council meeting March 17th, where members discussed a report related to the conduct and performance of Adams completed by an outside firm. Details of that report are unknown, and the city says it will not be taking any formal action on the information discussed in their closed session. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Today marks 1 year since the deadly Baltimore Key Bridge collapse. The Maryland landmark fell into icy waters that night after a cargo ship crashed into one of the main support piers. Federal regulators have ramped up efforts to inspect bridges around the country to prevent future accidents.
Last week, the National Transportation Safety Board said the risk of collapse for Baltimore's Key Bridge was almost 30 times higher than what's considered acceptable, and recommended 68 bridges across the country be evaluated. One issue, bigger ships and more congestion at the nation's largest ports, with the U.S. supply chain outpacing bridge design. Dr. Michael Shields led the group of researchers at Baltimore's Johns Hopkins University who compiled the data.
When the Key Bridge was designed and built in the 1970s, it was seeing ships that were much, much smaller.
All of that a consideration as Maryland builds a new Key Bridge, scheduled to be completed in 2028. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The new Key Bridge will have safeguards and be built nearly 50 feet higher than the previous one, allowing for taller ships to port in Baltimore.
Coming up, representing Wisconsin with his golf game. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Election alert. Calling all conservative patriots. On Tuesday, April 1st, there is an election to decide the future of Wisconsin's Supreme Court. Woke liberals from New York and California want to decide the election. They are propping up an activist judge who tried to eliminate voter ID, give illegal immigrants tuition benefits, and released dangerous criminals back on our streets. We can't let that happen. Brad Schimmel will take back our Supreme Court and end the liberal madness. Brad Schimmel has dedicated his life to locking up dangerous criminals and keeping our communities safe. Schimmel is law enforcement's choice, endorsed by over 80 Wisconsin sheriffs. Wisconsin must choose law and order. Vote before or on Tuesday, April 1st for Brad Schimmel for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Paid for by Schimmel for Justice.
The most common reason pain sufferers come to us is to be able to perform their daily tasks without suffering through them. Grandparents who want to be able to take their grandkids on walks and to the park. Or those that just want to be able to get out of their vehicle with more ease than pain. Rejuvenex pain treatments can help, and the sooner you get to calming down that pain, the better it will be. These are powerful, FDA-approved pain treatments precisely administered with an extremely small needle to get to the root of your pain. And before you know it, you'll feel the anti-inflammatory power of Toradol and the cushioning relief of hyaluronic acid. Positive patient results are regularities, not rarities. And we do this conveniently in office, so it's very easy for you. And we're in network with most insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, which could mean zero out-of-pocket costs for your pain relief treatment.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
The Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center is here in New Berlin, and it's ready for you and your team. From little leaguers to hardcore players and trainers, this is the place you'll want to be.
You can't beat Bernhardt.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:08.
Well, now we know what's kept a Bucks All-Star on the bench. Sports coming up at 6:15.
American Family Field is using a new technology to shorten lines. Go-ahead entry is a facial recognition scan that creates a seamless entry experience. Vice President of Stadium Operations Steve Ethier tells WTMJ.
You'll be able to keep your phone in your pocket. It will validate your ticket based on your facial authentication. You'll walk through screening. If you don't have a bag, you'd continue to keep your phone in your pocket. You don't have to divest anything and walk through screening, and it'll take seconds. It takes seconds to enroll, and it takes seconds to enter.
Go-ahead entry will be available next week, Monday, on Brewers opening day.
State of Wisconsin will be represented during Masters Week at the annual Drive, Chip, and Putt competition.
15-year-old Jared Romano recalls his first round of golf at the age of 8.
It was actually at Turtle Greens, this par 3 course.
From a par 3 course in Beloit
to Augusta National in 7 years.
Just so surreal. I cannot believe it.
Romano will represent Wisconsin and the Midwest region, competing against 9 others in his age group.
You'll be actually hitting 2 drives, 2 chips, and 2 putts.
Just 6 shots, right? That's all you get?
Yep, that's all you get.
The competition will be televised on the Golf Channel April 6th. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
15-year-old Abigail Henriksen from DeForest is also among the 80 qualifiers for the event. 6:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
He's Donald Trump's right-hand man, Elon Musk. And now Musk is trying to buy Brad Schimmel a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Because Musk knows when you buy Schimmel, he'll do whatever you want. Like when Schimmel gave a plea deal to a man caught with child porn, after the man's lawyer gave Schimmel thousands of dollars. And Schimmel will ban abortion, with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the health of the mother. Deeply corrupt and totally extreme. That's the real Brad Schimmel. There's a better choice.
I'm Judge Susan Crawford. As a former prosecutor and now as a judge, I've made sure rapists, murderers, and child predators were behind bars.
Protecting your family and your most basic rights. That's Judge Susan Crawford.
And I trust women to make their own healthcare decisions. Brad Schimmel doesn't, but I always will.
So on April 1st, vote for Judge Susan Crawford, Supreme Court. Paid for by Susan Crawford for Wisconsin.
Shop Beauty Rest Black mattresses at Steinhafels. Right now, the new Beauty Rest Black is only $42 per month when you use Steinhafels 60-month financing. Plus, get up to $300 in Steinhafels cash. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
6:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Let's get a first look at your morning drive. Adam's in for Debbie.
That first look, Vince, is a pretty good one. No incidents. It's a free, easy drive this morning. Light volume, full freeway speeds, an excellent start to your Wednesday morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast, a mix of sun and clouds for today with high temperatures in the mid-40s by the lake, lower 50s inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, the chance for a couple rain showers past midnight. A few of those rain showers will linger into Thursday morning, then dry in the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the 50s. A warm front lifts towards us on Friday. That'll bring the chance for some rain showers early, then a dry and warm afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 60s by the lake, lower 70s inland. Saturday, our temperatures will fall throughout the day with the chance for rain showers and storms. A chilly and wet Sunday with chance for showers, a night mix possible as we head Sunday night into Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now at 27 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Michelle Richards.
Coming up on 6:12 on this Wednesday morning, the state of this, that, and the other season. Set to pretty much, I think, wrap up this morning. Mayor of Milwaukee already gave his State of the City address. Governor of the state gave his State of the State. President Trump, although it was not officially labeled a State of the Union, did offer his address to the joint session of Congress at the beginning of the month. So who's left?
Early spring, everybody! Yeah!
Yes, Milwaukee County Executive David Crawley.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Scheduled to give his address later this morning. I did connect with a spokesperson for the county exec's office, just looking for a little insight into what the theme will be, what the county exec is going to be focused on in his address this morning. I'm told partnership is the theme, and here's a little bit more of what my guy told me. County Executive Crawley will discuss several key projects and initiatives that have realized progress through our partnership-centered approach from A to Z, meaning from airport to the zoo. County Executive will highlight collaborative efforts and partnerships that are creating opportunities and growth for workers and families. Goes on a little bit to talk about affordable housing, health and human services, public transit. So I will credit the county exec's office and County Exec Crawley and his team with progress on that front. I think they've worked well with legislative leaders in Madison to get some things that they need. Deal for funding American Family Field, keeping the Brewers here, got the sales tax increase that they wanted. So adding more public-private partnerships, something I would like to see as a county taxpayer. Like more stuff to do in the parks. I think the beer gardens are a shining example of what we can do.
Been greatly successful. And
Right.
they're everywhere. I mean, you can't go far without running into one, right? Like,
Yes, like it occurred to someone finally 10, 15 years ago, like, I bet you folks would like to have beer at the park.
well, and not only beer, just like food. Like there's
Yes.
tons of stuff and music and playgrounds and volleyball.
Love to see more of those types of things happening in our parks. So County Executive David Crawley will focus on partnership in his address. That's going to be a 9 o'clock speech at the Marcus Performing Arts Center today.
Oh, the first thing you say is, hello, Mr. President.
This March, Heiser Automotive Group is putting the pedal to the metal with our Accelerate Your Refund sales and service event. Tax season is the best time to upgrade your ride or take care of your current vehicle. And we're making it easier than ever to turn your tax refund into turbocharged buying power. Accelerate into a newer used vehicle or get essential repairs and maintenance done. Plus, with Heiser's exclusive Safe and Sound program, you can buy and service with confidence, convenience, and peace of mind. Visit Heiser.com today.
See dealer for complete details.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. We talk all the time about Tri-County Contracting, the place to go for roofs and siding, but don't forget, Tri-County Contracting also does windows. Need a new front entry door? Tri-County Contracting, or maybe a patio door that's always jammed. Get your free estimates today. They've been helping homeowners like you for 46 years. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, oh yeah, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Bucks will be without All-Star Damian Lillard for don't know how long. Diagnosed with DVT, deep vein thrombosis. If you're not a doctor, that's a blood clot in the calf. He's on blood-thinning medication. The team expects to take care of the issue ultimately, but no timeline given for Dame's return. Bucks have one more game on this Western Roadie. It's an 8 p.m. tip tonight in Denver, and then finally back home next at Fiserv Forum on Friday night. Not today, but tomorrow, so we're almost there.
How you like them apples?
As Brewers in the Big Apple to start the season, playing the Yankees on Thursday afternoon.
Being in New York, and that's why you're a big leaguer. You know, you go to all these different places and have the opportunity to see how their place rocks. And I think New York will be rocking Thursday.
Brewers manager Pat Murphy with us on Wisconsin's Morning News this week. Quick to preface that by saying the home opener obviously is very special. It's important to the guys, that relationship that they have with the fans at American Family Field, but nothing wrong with starting the season with a nationally televised game in New York either. That will be Thursday afternoon, 1:30 pregame, 2:05 first pitch on your home of the Brewers, WTMJ. Brewers play-by-play man Jeff Levering joins us on Brewers 360 this morning. That's coming up at 8:40.
I helped him find it, too. Well, it's not mine to get.
Milwaukee Admirals beat the Manitoba Moose on home ice, Panther Arena on Tuesday.
To the front of the goal, puck deflected a couple of times. They scored on the rebound! Cal O'Reilly! Cal O'Reilly will bury the rebound at 17:31.
AHL TV on the call, 4-1 the final in favor of the Admirals. But the bigger news for the Ads has to do with their NHL affiliate, the Nashville Predators. The big club announcing an extension with Milwaukee to continue the relationship with the Milwaukee Admirals through the 2028-29 season. So pro hockey in a good spot here in Milwaukee. Robin Pinchton named Wisconsin's women's basketball coach, 9th in the team's history following the resignation of the last leading lady in the job. Pinchton most recently at Missouri. 5 20-win seasons for the Tigers, 4 NCAA tournament appearances, 250 to 218 in terms of wins and losses in her time there at Mizzou. A lot of basketball, certainly an experienced head coach coming for Wisconsin. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
When you're up in the Mile High City, it's important to be aware of flying objects, especially when we come to town.
Liftoff. Spin move by Giannis in the big one-hand flush.
The Bucks head up to Denver to take on the Nuggets.
He was a blur taking it down the lane, and the Greek Freak is putting on a show early tonight.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 7:30. We are the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Lifetime Door is giving away a free garage door. And the time to get into the contest is running out. We're done at the end of the month taking entries, so I need you to pay attention here. Lifetime Door Company, providers of my brand new garage door at the Vitrano home. It is beautiful. The garage door opener is amazing as well. It even has a camera in it, so you can see who's coming and going all the time. You can run the door from an app right there on your phone. And somebody's going to get a free garage door from Lifetime Door Company, valued at up to $8,000. The garage door opener is included. The install is taken care of. All you got to do is enter to win. Text GARAGE to the WTMJ Talk and Text line. That's 855-616-1620. Or if it's easier, just go to our website, WTMJ.com. It's impossible to miss because the whole wrap is around the entire page. Just click anywhere on that, and the entry form will pop up. Give us a little information about yourself. Maybe even show us a picture of that ugly garage door you got right now. For contest rules, you can visit the website, WTMJ.com, and we quit taking entries at the end of this month. So just a few more days to get in the Lifetime Door free garage door contest.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's Dame time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year, I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and H&R Benefits Consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I'm the football guy, definitely not the outdoor home projects guy. So when it comes to things like deck building, Excel Custom Decks is the true go-to expert. Family owned and operated, Excel Custom Decks uses the finest materials and products and combines that with superior craftsmanship. If you want your outdoor area to shine this summer, contact Excel Custom Decks now. Whatever you dream up for that perfect deck, pergola, or outdoor kitchen, Rob and his family can build it. Excel Custom Decks, decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com today.
6:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News. What do you see on the Wednesday drive, Adam?
Volume is picking up just a tick, Vince, as we approach 6:30. Do have a broken down vehicle. It's on the exit, or on the on-ramp rather, from State to the Brewers Freeway 175 heading south. It's right on that exit, or I keep saying exit, on the on-ramp to the freeway, and it's pretty close to that right lane. So just be mindful as you're passing to the south heading towards the stadium. That's going to be on the right side of the road. Otherwise, we are incident-free this morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Your WTMJ forecast today, partly cloudy skies, 45 at the lakefront, 52 inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy, an isolated shower late, a low of 36. Thursday, isolated showers in the morning, then mostly cloudy and 53. Friday, a chance of a shower or a storm in the morning, then dry for your afternoon, a high of 68 at the lakefront, 72 inland. Saturday, a chance of showers and storms, falling temperatures, a high of 58, but by afternoon it's going to be in the 40s. And Sunday, a chance of shower, a night mix possible, and a high of 44.
Coming up on 6:22 here on Wisconsin's Morning News. A couple of stories about a major retailer based right here in southeast Wisconsin. Many of you can probably already guess. One is a service that has been offered at Kohl's over the last several years, perhaps going away because it wasn't doing for the store what they wanted it to do, or at least that's the theory that they're operating on. More on that in a moment. First, though, a bleak shopping forecast for the Menominee Falls-based retailer.
We're watching everything from food to clothing, everything.
I think people are afraid right now to spend anything until the economy, straightens out.
So these are folks outside of Cincinnati area Kohl's talking with the consumer reporting team for WCPO, Channel 9 out there. John Matarese, the longtime consumer reporter. If that name's familiar, you see his reports a lot on TMJ4. Mm-hmm. It's one of these guys, like, this is his thing, and he was the local guy, and then they're like, man, other people should enjoy these stories.
Yes.
So he kind of broadens them out, but he is reporting on Kohl's sales projections for 2025.
Kohl's has told analysts it expects sales to drop about 5% this year, more than expected.
So given concerns about the economy, perhaps a recession looming, every retailer has to be concerned. But Matarese says Kohl's perhaps more than some others.
Compared to its peers like Target and Macy's, Kohl's has been struggling the past couple of years. But economists say what's happening here is an indication that many shoppers are cutting back given all the economic uncertainty right now.
Okay, so obviously not good news. There is relatively new leadership at Kohl's right now. Ashley Buchanan just took over this year, company's third CEO in 4 years. Workforce reduction at corporate, some store closures. We'll see if that can help right the ship for Kohl's. I mentioned earlier, though, a feature going away. Interesting report in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel by Ricardo Torres is the reporter. He writes, Kohl's is testing ending Amazon returns.
No.
Interesting. So that was your first, when I told you about this, that was your first reaction.
It was. It's
so you're the one.
Convenient. Well, okay. So, yeah, it's convenient to be able to go to a nearby Kohl's and drop off your Amazon return and not have to box it up or print a label or any of that. And sometimes you go in and the line is super long. So I'm not the only one who feels this way, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a really nice perk.
So here's what I'm feeling in this story. And let me read you a little bit more from Torres here. In 2017, Kohl's and Amazon began this partnership for customers to return Amazon goods at Kohl's stores. In 2019, that service was expanded to nearly every Kohl's store location. The idea was to bring more people into Kohl's stores. But in the years since the deal was signed, that hasn't happened. Kohl's is suspending Amazon return service and gathering customer feedback at a few stores, including one reportedly in Eau Claire, the company said on Monday. So what I'm hearing here is you're saying there's a line. I think this is probably a great thing for Amazon. Sometimes for me, a barrier to buying online is, yes, but if I had to return it, I don't want to send it back and do the labels and all the stuff that you just mentioned.
Right. It's got to be convenient.
So I would be more apt to buy shoes or things you wear, things where you need a fit. Online if I knew, right, that this convenient service was there if I do have to return it. That said, is it giving a return for Kohl's?
Right. Are people going to the Amazon return line and then browsing the store and picking up $100 in merchandise?
So that's exactly what they wanted to happen. They thought, look, if we increase traffic in the store, if we bring people in just by that very fact, somebody will see something to buy on the way out. Is that typically your practice?
Not so much anymore. Just because I have 3 kids in sports and I just don't have a lot of disposable income right now.
I'm in, I'm out, I'm done. I'm back in the van.
And yes, and I'm running kids around. So yes, it's got to be a quick errand for me. But and then I also think about the employees that are spending their time processing all their returns. Like, is that a good investment on their part?
Sure, it is if you stick around and buy a couple $100 worth of blue jeans and, a mixer or whatever it is that you're going to buy. But it sounds like that may not be happening. Here's a little bit more from the JS article. The struggling Menominee Falls retailers have been accepting Amazon returns, started doing that several years ago, wanted to increase traffic in the stores. Customers who returned an item typically received a discount coupon for Kohl's merchandise. So they're trying this at a handful of stores. It sounds like they're not entirely sure they want to cut it out, but they want to see now, they want an apples to apples or sort of a control group of, is this actually affecting our sales? Because ultimately, while it's a nice convenience, what Kohl's needs is for it to drive sales in its stores. So what they may be seeing is that while people like you have gone and used this service, it's not necessarily turning around into you buying a lot of stuff at Kohl's.
Right. And there are other places you can drop off your Amazon return. And
there
it's
are?
Just as convenient. Oh, yes. UPS store. I think you can go to Whole Foods.
You just give it? Like, I don't want to fill stuff out. I don't want to put labels on.
Yep. There are plenty of places you can still go to do that.
Why can't we just buy things at the store? In my day.
Thank you, Greg.
I'd like to get a refund for the sweater. It was a gift, but I don't like it.
Do you have a receipt?
Yes, I do. I have a gift receipt. Here it is.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Not a lot of movement in the Dow. It was up 4 points to 42,588. NASDAQ was up 83 to 18,272. And the S&P 500 up 9 points to 5777. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks on demand in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling, and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
He told us to load 4 yards into his 8-foot bed, but we knew that 3 full, honestly measured yards were going to fill his truck bed to the rim. After we proved that, He told us the other guys have been telling him he's been getting 4 yards in there for years. Honest measurements and honest folks who just want to do you right. So you come back. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. We did the math. When you buy bagged mulch from the big guys, you pay $50 a yard. Why pay more for inferior mulch? When you buy from Erickson's, you'll get premium mulch for almost half the cost. And you'll see that even our economy mulch is better, for less than half the cost of bag mulch. And either choice is made with premium colorant that lasts longer. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Home septic and mound systems require regular maintenance. If that's news to you, you've got to get to this free seminar from Hare Construction. Hare, the local experts, literally wrote the book on septics and mounds. They're hosting a free event Saturday, April 12th in Oconomowoc. The most powerful, up-to-date information and tips to benefit your septic or mound system. Nothing to sell you here, just a free opportunity to get your questions answered. Visit the website, harecorp.com. That's HERR Corp.com.
At 6:30, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Wednesday, March 26th. Our top story, stepping down as city attorney.
I'm Michelle Richards. Food truck fair at American Family Field.
I'm Adam Roberts. Just one incident, and it's a small one. We had a broken down semi on the ramp from State Street to Highway 175 heading south towards the stadium, and that is it. Volume picking up slightly, but nothing really to slow you down this Wednesday morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy today, high of 52 degrees, a little bit cooler near the lakeshore, low down to 36 tonight.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz is insisting that the Signal group chat at which military strikes were discussed inadvertently with reporter Jeff Goldberg was somewhat Goldberg's fault.
Waltz acknowledges putting the chat together, saying he bears responsibility, but he's also deflecting blame onto Goldberg.
Somehow this guy who has lied about the president, who has lied to Gold Star families.
Waltz also left open the possibility that he was duped, suggesting someone may have accessed his phone under false pretenses.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert. President Trump says he stands by his cabinet members. Vice President J.D. Vance says he's joining his wife in Greenland later this month. He says because it's important to the security of the world, Greenland officials say they sent no invites for the visits. A rare show of public anger, the largest Palestinian demonstrations yet against Hamas in the Gaza Strip. At least a dozen people have been killed so far in South Korean wildfires. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, longtime city attorney in Sheboygan stepping down from his post. Charles Adams told the city administrator his decision to retire last week follows a city council meeting on March 17th where members discussed a report related to the conduct and performance of Adams. It was completed by an outside firm. City says it will not be taking any formal action on the information discussed in the March 17th closed session. Adams has been city attorney since 2015.
Facing sex crime charges for communicating with an underage girl, 33-year-old Cody Hubanks is accused of sending inappropriate messages and photos of himself on Facebook to a person he believed was a 14-year-old girl. He was arrested March 20th after traveling to the town of Geneva to meet up with the girl. Charges are pending.
Spending nearly 2 years in prison for paying health care kickbacks. Court records showing Justin Hansen of River Hills and his business partner spent years paying $400,000 in kickbacks to a substance abuse clinic for medical test referrals that was performed at their Milwaukee area lab. That lab ultimately got some $2 million from Medicare and Medicaid for the unnecessary tests. Hansen will have to pay the money back as well as a $75,000 fine.
Decision Wisconsin. The state's superintendent candidates focus on reading. Incumbent candidate Dr. Jill Underly says the state needs more funding to support existing reading programs.
High standards for literacy and math, absolutely. High quality instruction, early childhood programming, special education, well-trained teachers, passionate teachers, after-school programs. We know what works.
Candidate Brittany Kinzer says the state needs to reintroduce phonics-based learning.
We have to make sure that we're using research and evidence-based curriculum, and we have to make sure that our teachers are trained, they've been educated on how to teach phonics.
Election Day is April 1st.
The Brewers home opener less than a week away now. The Crew having a new concession area
full of food trucks. Brewers President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger, telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News the types of items that will be available.
We've got, I just went there today, and it's all ready to go for opening day, which is always nice when you announce something and it's ready to go. It's going to be great. We've got food trucks. We've got Italian food. We've got tacos. We've got some steak sandwiches. We've got gelato. We've got a really nice bar.
Brewers have the Kansas City Royals in the home opener on Monday. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Coming up, this is one way to find stability and predictability in your life.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Election alert. Calling all conservative patriots. On Tuesday, April 1st, there is an election to decide the future of Wisconsin's Supreme Court. Woke liberals from New York and California want to decide the election. They are propping up an activist judge who tried to eliminate voter ID, give illegal immigrants tuition benefits, and released dangerous criminals back on our streets. We can't let that happen. Brad Schimmel will take back our Supreme Court and end the liberal madness. Brad Schimmel has dedicated his life to locking up dangerous criminals and keeping our communities safe. Schimmel is law enforcement's choice, endorsed by over 80 Wisconsin sheriffs. Wisconsin must choose law and order. Vote before or on Tuesday, April 1st for Brad Schimmel for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Paid for by Schimmel for Justice.
Hey, March Madness is here. Now, technically, I can't say March Madness, but I can say this. Our coverage of the tournament will be fantastic. Hey, it's Greg Matzik. Keep it tuned to WTMJ for all the updates you need on the tournament. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. During every sports update, you'll know about every buzzer beater, every upset, the Cinderella stories, and how the state teams are doing throughout the entire tournament. It's the college basketball tournament, not March Madness. Update sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Beer fans, travel lovers, and history buffs, this is your dream vacation. Join me, Sandy Max, on a 10-day journey through Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. We'll enjoy Munich's famous beer halls, sip our way through Salzburg's historic breweries, and discover Vienna's culture and craft beer scene. Then end the tour in Prague, where ancient history meets modern brews. From iconic castles to authentic flavors, grab your passport and let's raise a glass to the ultimate beer adventure. Limited spots available. Book now. Email me, sandy@wtmj.com to learn more.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
The Brewers are down how many pitchers going into opening day? Sports at 6:45.
Vince, an inmate's reveal about life in prison is going viral. And some TikTokers are apparently like, yeah, that sounds actually like a really nice way to live.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, I mean, okay, proceed.
All right. So
I need more information.
A user named Jody shared a document about her basic guide to life at Peterborough Prison in England, according to the New York Post. So the typical
That's really
day,
quite pleasant, really.
The typical
Being
day
locked up.
begins at 7:10 when they are unlocked from their cells for breakfast, which they have the choice of eating in their cell or in the wing.
I believe I'll have the breakfast in the cell today. Thank you very much.
After their little breakfast break, the inmates either are locked up again or they have a 30-minute window to exercise with a nice little walk around a courtyard if the weather is nice and if there are enough officers to, make sure nobody gets into trouble.
A walk this morning, a walkabout.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know the story was out of prison. That's on you. You should have.
What was
you
I
should have
thinking?
known.
8:40 activities commence with the day's work and education. They can go to their jobs or classes. Between 9 and 11:15, they can engage in free flow or move around the prison at a designated time. They then have lunch. They can then exercise and have more free flow. Dinner at 5:15. Then they're locked up again at 6:40.
Okay,
Rinse,
lights
lather,
out a little
repeat.
bit later. Okay, fine. And so the evaluation here by the TikTokers is not too bad, huh?
I'm so stressed at the moment. I'm looking at this going, this ain't bad. A stable routine and discipline is what I'm missing to thrive. I actually think this is how I'd finally get some structure to my life.
You could add that structure without going to prison.
The cost of living is so bad, this looks relaxing.
Okay, you know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of the story you did the other day about eating alone.
Yes.
Right, where that was suggesting that people who eat alone are struggling with other things, right? And
that they're lonely because
right.
they don't have the social interaction.
You and I both thought, like, man, that'd be kind of nice once in a while.
Once in a while.
Have a nice quiet meal. But I think the point is, if you have to eat by yourself, then you have that loneliness and you have no companionship. If you're regularly running that little break. Okay, so here, maybe that's nice for an afternoon, but if you're locked up for
years and years and years, no. And also no freedom. You can't go anywhere.
Right. This is all you can do.
And
ever.
you have to commit a crime to get there.
Oh, do we know what our girl did?
No, I can look that up and get back to you.
I'm very sorry for what I've done. 6:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Give your walls the best finish possible with Pittsburgh's Paramount Interior Paint and Primer in one. It provides the most advanced protection, excellent scrubbability, and delivers true one-coat coverage. Choose from thousands of color options and refresh your space for spring. View our entire selection of paint products today on Menards.com. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for plenty more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This report sponsored by Go Right Way. Let them handle your rides to and from the airport. Let Go Right Way handle your rides to and from Mitchell Field or O'Hare airports. Traffic, let them deal with it. Parking, you won't miss the hassles. Reserve today at gorightway.com.
Adam Roberts watching the cars with Debbie off today. What do you see, Adam?
Right now, Vince, just still that one situation, the broken down semi-truck on the ramp from State Street heading south on 175 towards the stadium. To paint a picture, this thing is right in the middle of the on-ramp. So as you round that corner and make your way south, you're going to suddenly see the back end of a giant white semi. So you have to be careful as you're merging onto 175 because you got to make that move pretty quickly and get over into the right lane. But that is it as far as incidents are concerned across the system right now. Overall, a very nice drive shaping up for your Wednesday morning. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A mix of sun and clouds for today with high temperatures in the mid-40s by the lake, lower 50s inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, the chance for a couple rain showers past midnight. A few of those rain showers will linger into Thursday morning, then dry in the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the 50s. A warm front lifts towards us on Friday. That'll bring the chance for some rain showers early, then a dry and warm afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 60s by the lake, lower 70s inland. Saturday, our temperatures will fall throughout the day with the chance for rain showers and storms. A chilly and wet Sunday with chance for showers and night mix possible as we head Sunday night into Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 27 degrees. .42 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Been complaining about the high cost of eggs everybody has, among other things that cost too much right now. I've argued, I don't know how it is in your house, Michelle, but like at $5 or a dozen or so, I don't like to pay more for stuff than I have to, but also I still think that's a pretty good deal.
Okay.
On eggs. You can get a number of meals out of the eggs and whatever. Now, some restaurants and bakeries have even adjusted their prices as they buy in bulk, and it's a significant impact on their production costs. You can understand that. But how about if you like a glass of wine at dinner? Or all afternoon, however you want to roll. President Trump, in the flurry of tariff threats, and this may have been lost because we've been talking about steel and other staples, but he floated this possible 200% tariff on European wine imports.
A 200% tariff makes EU wines basically unmarketable in the United States.
Unmarketable. That is Harry Root, president and owner of Grassroots Wine in Charleston, South Carolina, on how it would affect his business. I'm sure others would agree. I'll let him do the math for you. This is what he suggests it would feel like if you're, out on the town.
I mean, it makes the wines unmarketable. I mean, if whatever you're paying for a glass of Pinot Grigio at your favorite restaurant is probably $10, $12, you would be paying $36 for it.
I mean, it reminds me of your
guy who had the $300 cup of coffee the other day that he was disappointed in.
It's a one-time only thing.
Right, like $36
Or
bucks
never.
for a glass of wine. And then even if that's just a basic, like not all European wines are the super expensive variety. A champagne, for example, that's actually from the Champagne region. So
you can't get that. You can't make that here.
right. So, how much it will affect, for a lot of folks, it'll be, all right, I'll have the Napa Valley then, or I'll have the Washington State or wherever. We have plenty of wine in America, but for some folks, it's a matter of choice. I know I told you about this. My wife thinks, like for her, European or imported wines are made differently and less chance that she's going to get a headache out of an imported wine than she is out of domestic wine.
So this is really going to impact your wife.
I'm good. Well, I'm
Cole
good,
is in
whatever.
trouble.
Just feel like the Blues Brothers scene. Wrong glass or whatever. Just fill it up. That's good. Hadn't happened yet, but the threat of the 200% markup on European wines is out there. Happy Wines Day to you. 644, Sports up next.
Football fans, Verizon is giving you the chance to win the ultimate draft experience with the Road to the Draft sweepstakes. 10 lucky winners will win tickets to the first day of the 2025 draft in Green Bay, including round-trip car service from Milwaukee, hotel accommodations, plus access to the Verizon viewing zone. Don't miss your chance to win the ultimate draft experience powered by Verizon. Hurry to select Wisconsin Verizon locations to enter by April 13th. No purchase necessary to enter. Must be legal U.S. resident of Wisconsin or Illinois, age 21 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit www.espnwisconsincontest.com.
That giant snow pile should be melted by now. Vince Vitrano for Johnson & Sons Paving. If it's revealing some damage to your pavement, you want to get Johnson & Sons out there now to make sure that things aren't getting worse. They'll spot all the issues that you could possibly have. No obligation quote on the work. They'll walk through your property. They'll be able to see asphalt pavement that needs work, spotting fatigue cracking, standing water, warping or buckling, things like sinking pavement, and more. All of those things can scare away customers or tenants with bad curb appeal. So you want to get Johnson & Sons out to your property this spring. Book now. You save money later. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Brewers home opener on Monday in New York to start the season Thursday afternoon against the Yankees. Brewers manager Pat Murphy sure would like to have a few more arms with him.
I mean, 7 of our top 13 pitchers will not be going to New York. And then that's disturbing. That's difficult and hard to deal with.
And Murphy joined us Tuesday on Wisconsin's Morning News. On the plus side, feels really good about a few other guys coming out of spring training.
Yelich looks fantastic. He's picked up where he left off. Churio on track, William Contreras on track. So those 3 guys will lead us for sure. Keeping them healthy is crucial.
2:05 first pitch for the crew on Thursday. We'll get you started with the pregame show at 1:30 right here on WTMJ. Later this morning.
Blew out a tire. Left blinker is on.
His first appearance on Brewers 360. Play-by-play man Jeff Levering live with us at 8:40 this morning. Bucks one more on the road tonight before finally returning to Fiserv Forum. We'll still be missing this guy.
Lillard from 30 feet out knocks down another from the left side.
News from the team that Damian Lillard has been out with a blood clot in his calf. Technically, it's deep vein thrombosis or DVT. He's on medication, no timeline given for his return. Bucks and Nuggets in Denver for an 8 p.m. tip tonight. Wisconsin women's basketball named a new head coach. Robin Pinchton gets the job.
Pinchton spent the previous 15 seasons leading the University of Missouri to a 250-218 record. Her last appearance in the NCAA tournament with the Tigers was in the 2018-19 season. The hire comes after the resignation of Wisconsin head coach Marissa Mosley following a 13-17 campaign. The Badger women have not made the NCAA tournament since their first-round exit in 2010 and have recorded 14 straight losing seasons. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. 648 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Vitrano.
Milwaukee Public Schools begin the week with more lead remediation, a new superintendent, and a court-ordered deadline.
Eric Billstad.
March in Wisconsin means snowfall and wildfires can happen just days apart.
And traffic with Debbie Loziga.
We've got eastbound 94 closed in Jefferson County.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Deal extended, but not for much longer. Known Gina Della at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin for many years, and I want to tell you sincerely, she really goes to work for you. She went to work on her banking partners that were for some time providing this amazing deal. 0% interest on your financing for up to 6 years on brand new Pella Windows and Doors. Gina went to work on those guys, got them to extend the deal once, and now it's extended again till the end of the month. If I were a betting man, I would tell you that's probably it for this one. So you want to get in on it right now. You get the Pella experience, quality windows and doors. Pella installers will work year-round, and they're usually done on most projects in less than a day. 0% interest on your financing for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Certain restrictions do apply, and the deal ends, I'm pretty sure, for good this time at the end of this month, 3/31/2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Adam Roberts. He's been watching the cars with Debbie off.
Just one incident still, Vince. It's that broken down semi on the ramp from State Street to Highway 175 South as you make your way towards American Family Field. Again, just be careful. This thing is right in that on-ramp next to the right lane, so you'll have to merge over a little bit before you may normally do so as you head south onto 175. Elsewhere, volume picking up just a tick on 94 between the Zoo and the Marquette, as well as on 43 between the Marquette and Capitol Drive in either direction. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ's 5-day forecast, sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Partly cloudy today, a high of 45 at the lakefront, 52 inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy, an isolated shower late, a low of 36. Thursday, some isolated morning showers, then mostly cloudy skies, 53. Friday, a chance of a shower or storm in the morning, dry in the afternoon, a high of 68 at the lakefront, 72 inland. Saturday, a chance of showers and storms, but falling temperatures, 58 for your high, falling into the 40s by afternoon. And Sunday, a chance of showers, a night mix possible, and a high of 44.
At 6:51 on Wisconsin's Morning News, bringing friend of the program and host of the afternoon show on 101.7 The Truth, Dr. Ken Harris. Morning, Ken.
You are a troublemaker.
How so now? What did I do already?
The memo, the press release, We Energy. You just.
I got a couple of things I want to run by you this morning. Now, both happen to be City of Milwaukee issues. One is a current alderman who's one of my favorites over there because he just speaks his mind, and then the other is a guy who is trying to become alderman.
Who just pretty much sealed his fate. He'll never become an alderman.
Who's got the craziest idea, and that's a tough competition. But let me start with Alderman Lamont Westmoreland, and I love him first because he's a Toast East guy like me. So that clearly tells you why. You know. But he sent out a fairly extraordinary news release the other day.
Right.
And I feel his frustration.
Right.
And I see him working here. He's going right at the heart of his district. I think it's District 5. So this is north side, northwest side, and it's a big geographically district. And he's talking about trash.
Right. I've been talking about it for years.
This will strike your heart with fancy. Spring is here, and so is the trash. Snow finally melted, temperatures rising. Spring is upon us. Unfortunately, so is the annual reminder of just how selfish and disrespectful some people can be, treating our city like their personal garbage can.
Right. Absolutely. He's absolutely right.
And he goes off. So here's the part I wanted to ask you about, though. Yes, I've already seen the same mess in its annual appearance. The wigs, often mistaken for roadkill, the empty black and mild packaging, the empty fast food bags, Milwaukee's best beer cans, empty Hennessy bottles, chip bags, etc., etc. He even goes further to describe the wigs as tumbleweaves.
Okay.
which he defines as stray, often synthetic hair that is driven by the wind and can be found on sidewalks and streets in urban areas. His words, not mine, Ken.
So what's your problem?
I don't have any problem. I just wonder, what's the play here? Is this listen, I'm going to talk to my own the way they need to be talked to?
Exactly. And so when the $500 fine passes for littering, all he'll have to do is pull out his press release and say, but I told you.
Told you.
It's not my fault you don't read something. I mean, at some point, something has to be done about it. And I hate to say this, many times the police who can enforce things when they see it don't. The garbage can that's knocked over that you can easily stop a squad and pick it up. I'm not a garbage man, right? But in your neighborhood, because I've seen it on the South Side, because I worked in District 6, I've seen people stop and do things like that. Call in stop signs that are missing, lights that are broken. I mean, at some point. Now, granted, are you busy? Sure. But I don't really care. It's your job.
I will say, and the alderman did praise people who do these community cleanups.
Right.
And so if you'd like to join us, and my son came with me last year, we did Tory Lowe's community cleanup, and we'd love to have you join us. It's 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday, April 12th. You can sign up. It is an event, but it's also eye-opening. Like, you walk around and there are vacant properties, which is a whole other issue.
Right.
But they're just full of trash.
Well, there was a story the other day about the tires that got dumped.
Yes.
They hit a guy with a fine that had dumped 1,000 tires in the same place, and they've been calling about it, and nothing happens.
Right.
It does make sense.
Got to follow through on some of that stuff. Want to ask you about this other guy who is running for alderman. So there are two people running for the open seat in District 3. Alderman Jonathan Brostoff, who died earlier. There was a special election, a primary, and that primary has been complete. You got two candidates, and one of them running as a Democratic Socialist. His chief platform, Ken, is he wants Milwaukee to break away from We Energies and start its own power utility.
Correct. I think it's a great idea.
It is not.
We'll guarantee that he will never be an alderman.
Right.
That makes absolutely no sense at all.
Who's can you imagine this? It got him through the primary.
Can you imagine the city connecting to the grid? Like they'll mess that up too. Can you imagine customer service? Like, what number would I call? 311 or something, and then you just wait with the music for like 2 weeks?
I think that's the larger issue. First of all, there are two things that bother me about it. One is it's not a serious proposal because it's not going to happen.
Correct. He's just trying to draw attention to himself.
Right. So you fooled enough people, I guess, in the district to get you through the primary.
Well,
right?
We only had like 4 people vote. So, I mean, if 3 of them voted for the guy.
And it's easy to stand there and go like, We Energies, my rates. Okay, fine.
Right.
But this isn't a solution to that. It would cost billions of dollars to create its own utility. And then to your point, I mean, how often do we sit in here and play stuff from public hearings and such? Alderman Bauman out there, you guys over here, you didn't plow the streets.
Can you imagine an alderman being the chair of the public committee that pays for energy? We can't pick trash up off the ground. We can't pick up garbage because we don't have enough people working. Who's going to run it? Like, okay.
So we agree on this. That strikes you as not a serious proposal.
It strikes me as dumb. You know what? That's the wrong word.
You owe somebody dinner or something,
word.
right? You can't.
That's the wrong word.
Oh, I know what word you want to use.
Stupid.
There it is. Okay. Dr. Ken Harris live with us on Wisconsin's Morning News. Thanks, man.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Enerpac Tool Group sets a moving date for its new downtown Milwaukee headquarters. The business plans to relocate March 31st from Menominee Falls. A printing company is moving to a new location in Waukesha. Plans are in the works at the Waukesha Corporate Center for a 117,000 square foot facility as the undisclosed business prepares to relocate. And the co-developer of 3rd Street Market Hall in Milwaukee plans another food hall. Hempel Real Estate's latest food hall proposal would be developed in a downtown Minneapolis office tower. I'm Sari Lesk with Milwaukee BusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's Eric Vilstead here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Oh, my God.
The Soties.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
No Corona! All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
At Uline,
They know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, moms, dads, grandparents, what are your plans for spring break? WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great idea for you. With no school this week, you need an outing. Take your kids, take your grandkids to the amazing Mine Shaft Restaurant and Entertainment Center in Hartford for hours of safe and super affordable fun. I used to take my daughters there all the time. My nieces and nephews, too. They loved it. I loved it. The Mine Shaft has a world-class game room, over 70 games, including the most popular and easiest games, even for the youngsters. Today through Thursday, kids 5 and under eat free from the kids' menu. Monday and Thursday, when you buy one pizza, your second pizza is always free. Wednesday and Friday, the all-you-can-eat fish fry is $7.99. What a value. The Mine Shaft will entertain your kids this week during spring break, especially your teenagers. Grandparents, spend time with your grandkids at the Mine Shaft. They're going to love it. Downtown Hartford and off the highway in Oshkosh. Just walk in. It's big food. It's big fun. It's incredible. It's the amazing Mine Shaft.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
The Bucks are almost out of the woods, or mountains, of their West Coast trip against the Nuggets.
Spin move by Giannis in the big one-hand flush. He was a blur taking it down the lane, and the Greek Freak is putting on a show.
Our coverage starts tonight at 7:30. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, March 26th, our top story, warned not to use group chat.
I'm Michelle Richards, in for Eric Bilstad, weighing in on reading.
I'm Adam Roberts. Still just our broken down semi on the ramp from State Street to 175 South heading towards the stadium. Other than that, volume is ticking up a little bit as we get into the heart of the morning drive here. 94 east from the zoo over to the Marquette, going to be just a couple extra minutes. Slowing down where 4 lanes become 3 around 70th Street. Also a little bit slow on 894 as volume picks up between the Mitchell and the Hale through the southern suburbs. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today, high of 45 at the lake, 52 degrees inland under partly cloudy skies, mostly cloudy overnight, isolated showers possible late with a low of 36. Right now, Milwaukee at 29 degrees. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the National Security Agency warned employees not to use encrypted messaging app Signal last month. That's the app at the center of the security breach involving a journalist from The Atlantic magazine who was added to a chat about a military strike in Yemen. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz saying he takes full responsibility for the error. Natalie Brand is at the White House from CBS News.
The president and White House officials have really tried to downplay this incident by talking about how successful the strike that was being discussed on the messaging app was, that strike against Houthi rebels in Yemen. The president also reiterated a message by the White House that classified information was not shared. But according to the Atlantic article by Jeffrey Goldberg, he says highly sensitive details were discussed.
President Trump has defended the group chat, saying he does not think an investigation is needed.
In a court filing overnight, the Trump administration continued to argue that it did not defy a judge's order last week to turn around 2 deportation flights carrying Venezuelan migrants.
The Trump administration is now arguing that a judge's oral directive to turn around 2 deportation flights carrying alleged gang members was not enforceable. According to DOJ lawyers, the Trump administration complied with the court's later issued written order because the flights had left U.S. airspace. Judge James Boasberg has vowed that the Trump administration will face consequences if he determines they willfully violated his orders. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
Decision Wisconsin candidates for state superintendent of public instruction focused on reading.
Candidates say they're focused on making sure that students are well trained in reading proficiency, especially in urban communities like Milwaukee that have seen large learning gaps. Candidate Brittany Kinzer.
We have to make sure that we're using research and evidence-based curriculum, and we have to make sure that our teachers are trained, they've been educated on how to teach phonics.
Incumbent candidate Dr. Jill Underley.
High standards for literacy and math, absolutely. High quality instruction, early childhood programming, special education, well-trained teachers, passionate teachers, after-school programs. We know what works.
Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
President Trump signed a sweeping executive action to overhaul elections in the U.S. His latest executive order demands documentary proof of citizenship be added as a requirement for federal voter registration. It also requires all ballots be received by Election Day throughout the country. The president says more election actions would be taken in coming weeks.
Longtime city attorney in Sheboygan has stepped down from his post in what he says was, quote, in the mutual interest of both parties.
Charles Adams had been in his position since 2015, but served in the city attorney's office for nearly 2 decades before that. Adams told the Sheboygan city administrator of his decision to retire last week. This followed a city council meeting March 17th, where members discussed a report related to the conduct and performance of Adams completed by an outside firm. Details of that report are unknown, and the city says it will not be taking any formal action on the information discussed in their closed session. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Coming up, one way to stop being cruel to the ducks. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
This report is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
They did it again. Best of the best in the whole USA. Wisconsin's very own Siding Unlimited. Local and family-owned Siding Unlimited has won their 5th National Pella Platinum Premier Certified Contractor of the Year award. Siding Unlimited has been installing Pella windows and doors for over 30 years and doing it the right way. Top-notch installation by their very own amazing craftsmen. Homeowners rave about their beautiful windows, easy to open and energy-efficient Pellas with an unmatched warranty, and about the excellence of Siding Unlimited's installation experience. Peace of mind, durability, function, daily job cleanup. You need great new windows installed the right way. You need Siding Unlimited. SidingUnlimited.com.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
We now know what's kept Dame Lillard on the bench for some time and maybe for some time more. Sports at 7:15.
Masters Week is on the horizon, and a pair of junior golfers from Wisconsin will represent the state in the finals of the annual drive, chip, and putt competition.
15-year-old Abigail Henriksen of DeForest and 15-year-old Jared Romano of Darien are 2 of the 80 junior golfers vying for the title at one of the most iconic and exclusive golf clubs in America.
I lay in my bed at night thinking, this is just unbelievable. I get to go to Augusta National and get to putt on the 18th green.
Romano qualified by winning the competition at TPC Deer Run in Iowa in his final year of eligibility.
Just crazy seeing me on top of the leaderboard.
The competition will be televised on the Golf Channel April 6th. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
A verbal smackdown by a judge in the UK after the theft of a popular bear statue.
2 British service members have admitted that during a night of drinking, they tried to lift a statue of Paddington Bear from a bench when it broke in two.
We can try again, can't we? I'm sure it will work the second time.
The 2 Royal Air Force engineers then ran off with the front half. After being given community service and told to repay $3,500, the judge then told the service members that their actions were the antithesis of everything Paddington stands for.
It's called a hard stare. Aunt Lucy taught me to do them when people had forgotten their manners.
Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Right. It's just a bear, Ray.
You just like this story
Make
because
a big
it's
deal
British.
of it. All right, Governor, we'll do our time. Just stole the bear.
Should have asked for help from those emu thieves in Slinger.
That's right. They're still at large.
Mm-hmm.
Should I keep going here?
No, you know what? We're out of time. We'll get you the other story later. 7:09 on Wisconsin. Totally worth it, though, don't you think? 7:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Election alert. Calling all conservative patriots. On Tuesday, April 1st, there is an election to decide the future of Wisconsin's Supreme Court. Woke liberals from New York and California want to decide the election. They are propping up an activist judge who tried to eliminate voter ID, give illegal immigrants tuition benefits, and released dangerous criminals back on our streets. We can't let that happen. Brad Schimmel will take back our Supreme Court and end the liberal madness. Brad Schimmel has dedicated his life to locking up dangerous criminals and keeping our communities safe. Schimmel is law enforcement's choice, endorsed by over 80 Wisconsin sheriffs. Wisconsin must choose law and order. Vote before or on Tuesday, April 1st for Brad Schimmel for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Paid for by Schimmel for Justice.
If your home has a septic or mound system, you're invited. Join Hair Construction for a free seminar on keeping it working right. Visit HerrCorp.com for details. 7:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Traffic sponsored by Hair Construction. Adam.
Just 2 broken down vehicles, Vince. We have our still existing semi broken down on that ramp from State to 175 South. Also a fresh one now on 94 South near the airport, Highway 119. That's going to be on the ramp from the highway to the freeway. Otherwise, we're looking all right, save for your typical volume buildup on our usual stretches. 94 from the Zoo to the Marquette, just a couple extra minutes here, as is 43 north and south between about Silver Spring and the Marquette. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A mix of sun and clouds for today with high temperatures in the mid-40s by the lake, lower 50s inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, the chance for a couple rain showers past midnight. A few of those rain showers will linger into Thursday morning, then dry in the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the 50s. A warm front lifts towards us on Friday. That'll bring the chance for some rain showers early, then a dry and warm afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 60s by the lake, lower 70s inland. Saturday, our temperatures will fall throughout the day with the chance for rain showers and storms. A chilly and wet Sunday with chance for showers and night mix possible as we head Sunday night into Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 32 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Michelle Richards.
At 7:12 on this Wednesday morning, maybe this is something that's crossed your timeline or your feed in social media. It seems to be making the rounds right now. It's an old TV clip. And now if you've seen it already, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, here's what it is. It's some perspective in what has otherwise been an alarming rise in measles cases that continues to spread.
Peter, what are you doing home from school?
They sent me home. Measles.
It's either measles or a strange case of red freckles. You have got a temperature.
They told me 101.1. What's the record?
So that's going
Hilarious.
around again, right? Peter, and if you hadn't figured it out right now, that's the Brady Bunch. Peter got sent home from school with the measles, and it's good for a lot of laughs on the Brady Bunch.
Boy, this is the life, isn't it?
Yeah. If you have to get sick, sure can't beat the measles. That's right.
Probably made doctors cringe at the time. Or Alternatively, I guess this is what sort of life was like. So the clip, at least on my feed, came through with the caption, how we treated measles then versus now. So prior to the vaccine, obviously, which has been around now for more than half a century, I liken it to Gen Xers. Most of us got the chicken pox.
Mm-hmm.
The vaccine came out like shortly after we were kids. And so like my wife didn't have chicken pox when she was a kid, so she got the vaccine. Because the older you get, the worse the chicken pox is for you. I had a buddy, I've told this story before. He got it in high school. He missed like a semester. He was out.
Ooh.
He was in bad shape. But folks back then got the measles, and indeed, most of them did weather the disease, and life went on. Fair enough, but some didn't. And measles, as we know, can be deadly, was declared eradicated in the U.S. 25 years ago. Now, this outbreak that has started in Texas this year is growing, and it is spreading.
Health officials in Texas confirming 18 more cases of measles since last Friday, with a total of 327 measles cases across 15 counties reporting in the state's outbreak. Health officials say the majority involve those who are unvaccinated. The state of Texas already has more measles cases than all in the U.S. in 2024. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Measles, far more contagious than flu or COVID, will rip through unvaccinated communities. And indeed, most people who get it will get sick and they will get better. But already one child and one adult have died from this current outbreak. Health officials concerned about the spread. We had our pediatrician, Dr. Tim Richer of Tosa Pediatrics, was in a couple of weeks ago talking about this. And he's like, yeah, okay. But for some, particularly children who get it, the complications can be lifelong. It can really do a number on your cognitive function, on your brain function. It can do other things. While most people end up okay, as they always did, there can be really severe and devastating outcomes, which is why even with chickenpox, I'd rather not have it.
Right, and not to mention the strain on an already stressed healthcare system where we don't have enough providers and the predictions for the future of having even fewer. And then also it's preventable. Like you don't have to deal with it. Why deal with it if you don't have to?
Right. So families are making their own decisions about whether or not to vaccinate kids. I know some families who are friends of ours who have not vaccinated. And, I'm not going to sit there and debate that with them. We've made other choices in our family. But nonetheless, health officials are concerned about this current outbreak, especially now that we've just had spring break travel. And so folks will be coming back from parts all across the country. No cases, I will mention, reported here in Wisconsin so far this year.
Alice, don't tell me you're coming down with the measles.
Oh, I hope so. I'd hate to think I was just learning how to blush at my age.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. Happy New Year. How's business? Do you really know? We recently worked with several clients who thought they knew, but they didn't because their books were not in order. Imagine thinking you were making $1 million, but because your books are a mess, you were really only making $200,000. Quite a difference. Imagine finding out expenses were not recorded properly or sales were double recorded. If these happen to you, we can help. We work with our clients to clean up their books and give them the information they need to know where their business is now and where it is going in the future. Don't wait. Start on the path to less stress, more cash in your pocket, and no more sleepless nights. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net today to book a meeting. We can talk over Zoom, the phone, in our office, or your place of business. Yes, we like to visit our business clients. Don't wait any longer. Call 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox & Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
7:16, Bucks will be without all-star Damian Lillard for don't know how long, diagnosed with DVT, deep vein thrombosis. If you're not a doctor, it's blood clot. It's in his calf. He is on blood-thinning medication. The team expects that to take care of the issue, but no timeline given for Dame's return. Bucks have one more game on this Western Roadie. It's an 8 p.m. tip in Denver tonight, and then finally back home next at Fiserv Forum on Friday. Not today, but tomorrow, almost there.
How you like them apples?
Brewers in the Big Apple to start the season playing the Yankees tomorrow afternoon.
Being in New York, and that's why you're a big leaguer. You you go to all these different places and have the opportunity to see how their place rocks. And I think New York will be rocking Thursday.
Brewers manager Pat Murphy on Wisconsin's Morning News this week. Quick to preface all of that by saying, yeah, but the home opener obviously is very special. Our guys have a great relationship with the fans at American Family Field, but nothing wrong with starting the season. A nationally televised game in New York. That will be Thursday afternoon, 1:30 pregame, 2:05 first pitch here on your home of the Brewers, WTMJ. Brewers play-by-play man Jeff Levering joins us live on Brewers 360 this morning. That will be at 8:40.
I helped him find it, too. Well, it's not mine to give.
Milwaukee Admirals beat the Manitoba Moose on home ice at Panther Arena Tuesday.
To the front of the goal, puck deflected a couple of times. They scored on the rebound! Cal O'Reilly! Cal O'Reilly will bury the rebound at 17:31.
AHL TV on the call, 4-1 the final in favor of the Ads. The bigger news, though, for Milwaukee has to do with the Admirals' NHL affiliate, the Nashville Predators. Big club announcing an extension with Milwaukee to continue that relationship through 2028-29 season. So several more years now, pro hockey in a good spot here in Milwaukee. Robin Pinchton named Wisconsin's basketball head coach, 9th in the team's history, following the resignation of the last leading lady in the job. Pinchton most recently at Missouri. 5 20-win seasons for the Tigers and 4 NCAA tournament appearances. A lot of basketball there. So definitely an experienced head coach for the Lady Badgers. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Come on in and take advantage of Fleet Farm Member Appreciation Days, March 20th through the 26th. Fleet Rewards members can take an extra 10% off qualifying purchases, in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up to get your discount now. The extra 10% is our way of thanking you for being a loyal Fleet Rewards member. So stock up on everything you need during Member Appreciation Days, now through Wednesday, and enjoy even more savings at Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
What does retirement look like for you? Most of us dream of comfort and fulfillment, and there's nothing wrong with aiming high. Financial planning often begins with the best of intentions, but without a solid roadmap, it is easy to hit potholes on the way to your goals. A smart, tailored plan can steer you towards success while dodging those all-too-common missteps. So what is your game plan to make your dreams a reality? If you're feeling uncertain or shaky about your current approach, take the express lane to Annex Wealth Management. They'll roll up their sleeves. They bundle it all together for you. Investment and retirement planning, tax and estate planning. It's all delivered by a fee-only fiduciary. Annex has options for everyone. They break them out like this: Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Wherever you are on your financial journey, they'll make the right fit for you. Ready to get moving? Swing by AnnexWealth.com, hit the Get Started button. Book your first appointment today. Again, get started at AnnexWealth.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. I've been on this weight loss journey for about 4 weeks, and I've already lost 20 pounds thanks to my amazing team at Milwaukee Weight Loss. My wife's on board. Kathy loves it, and we are both feeling more energized.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's game time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year, I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and H&R Benefits Consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Checking in with Adam at 7:22.
Just a smattering of broken down vehicles on this Wednesday morning. A new one right now on 4145 just beyond the ramp from Good Hope Road. That's on the right shoulder. We've still got our broken down semi on the on-ramp from State Street to 175 South heading towards American Family Field, and one near the airport off the ramp from Highway 119 to 94 South. Otherwise, just your typical volume build up a little bit slow on 43 North and South between the construction zone on Capitol down to the Marquette, and 94 East from the Zoo into downtown. Just a couple extra minutes as volume is picking up there as well. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ's 5-day forecast, sponsored by Dave Dracamp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Partly cloudy skies today, a high of 45 at the lakefront, 52 inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy, isolated showers late, a low of 36. Thursday, isolated showers in the morning, then mostly cloudy and a high of 53. Friday, a chance of a shower or storm in the morning, then it'll dry up in the afternoon with a high of 68 at the lakefront and 72 inland. Saturday, a chance of showers and storms, a high of 58, but falling into the 40s by afternoon. And Sunday, a chance of showers. A mix is possible at night with a high of 44.
More testimony expected on Capitol Hill today from U.S. security officials following the group chat scandal that appears to have revealed details of a U.S. military operation to a reporter who was inadvertently added to a discussion on a messaging app, even as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth continues to insist no top secret information was shared.
Nobody's texting more plans. I know exactly what I'm doing, exactly what we're directing, and I'm really proud of what we accomplished. A successful missions that night and going forward.
The app is called Signal, and the reporter for The Atlantic claims the group chat included discussions about impending strikes in Yemen. John Cohen is with us this morning. He's ABC News consultant, former counterterrorism coordinator at the Department of Homeland Security, live from Washington this morning. Appreciate your perspective this morning, John.
Hey, nice to be with you.
So a few things I want to ask you about, but let me start with the pushback from some of those purported to be involved in this group chat, including Secretary Hegseth. I suppose one could engage in the semantics over whether anything discussed was technically top secret, but if what's been publicly revealed about the nature of this chat is true, these are not discussions anyone wants to have revealed to a reporter in real time.
No, and these aren't discussions that we want to have over a commercially available app that has been targeted by foreign intelligence services for compromise, and an app that operates on smartphones and desktop computers, which are already at risk of being compromised by our enemies. You hit the nail on the head. When we think of counterintelligence concerns, and that's an area that I was in charge of at DHS, it's not just protecting classified information, but it's also protecting sensitive, unclassified information. So if there were details being discussed as is being reported regarding the timing and the locations of specific strikes, that puts our military personnel at risk, because if that information gets disclosed, those being targeted are prepared and can use countermeasures. But what was also striking to me were the conversations regarding our European allies, the attitudes of the president. Whether that's classified or not, that's, from an intelligence perspective, that's gold. That's what our enemies are specifically trying to get, which is why these types of discussions should and typically do take place over secured communication channels run by the government or in secured facilities where we can protect that information from being disclosed.
John, what types of devices are these on? Are these their personal cell phones, or would these be government things? And as the journalist in me, I'm thinking about public records, right? If you are communicating, government officials are communicating amongst themselves, those records, even if they don't ultimately become public, still need to be preserved. They need to be archived. There's a process. But if guys are on these third-party apps on their personal phones, that's a different deal.
Yeah, no, those are two very important questions. The Department of Defense, for example, does not allow for the use of Signal on defense or government phones or computers. So the question is, what device was Pete Hegseth using, the Secretary of Defense, to so that he could put something out over Signal. But your other point's an important point as well. I mean, I get asked, and we're hearing a lot of discussion about why they would use this commercial app. I mean, when you talk about the Secretary of State, the Director of National Intelligence, the head of the CIA, the Department of Defense, they have at their disposal, incredibly secure communication capabilities. But as you said, when that communication takes place on those systems, those records are retained, they're documented, and they're maintained for history. There's a real question if they're using this type of commercial application outside of that process, whether that would violate some of the records retention laws that govern this type of information.
John Cohen is an ABC News consultant, former counterterrorism coordinator at DHS. Thank you for the time and perspective, John.
Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.
It is coming up on 7:28. Time for news about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was up, but only up about 4 points to 42,588. The NASDAQ at 18,272. That climbed 83 points, so a little under 0.5%. And the S&P 500 finished trading on Tuesday at 57.77. It was up about 9 points, so just over 10%. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Bottom of the hour news update from ABC is coming up next. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses, and all of us who live here. Sponsored by the original knowledge broker, R&R Insurance. Joining us today, Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, last few months we have had a lot of newsworthy insurance-related events. Regular stream of things that remind us of the importance of properly designed insurance programs. So give us your perspective from where you sit.
Sure, Vince. Thanks. Great to be here. It really has been a tough finish to 2024 and a very difficult start in 2025. A school violence event in Madison in December, a terrorism event in New Orleans on New Year's Day, the California wildfires, just a massive event for the residents and certain insurance companies. There have been some employment matters in the news here recently as well. Lastly, a cyber data breach impacting over 60 million students and teachers.
So, Jeff, for folks listening right now, what should their primary takeaway be from all this?
Vince, quite simply, a properly designed insurance program has never been more relevant, more important than today. If you're not getting good guidance and options from your insurance provider, or you're buying online, you're jeopardizing your assets, your business, maybe your future.
Okay, so families, businesses, why should they work with R&R Insurance?
We deliver thought leadership around asset protection. It's what we do best. We inform you of where the opportunities are in today's market. We work with you to best position your account, your company for review by an underwriter, and R&R can get multiple companies competing for your account. It'll cost you nothing to sit down and talk with R&R Insurance. If you're looking for a better insurance buying experience, we'd love to speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff. And you can get started online right now. Find out more at myknowledgebroker.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump and some of his most senior cabinet officials are trying to brush off the signal military plans put out by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and others. The president attacking reporter Jeffrey Goldberg, who was included in the group chat by mistake. Here's ABC Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz.
Goldberg says it was Waltz himself who added him to the chat on the app Signal, where he says he saw texts from Hegseth that laid out specific war plans, saying the plan included precise information about weapons packages, targets, and timing.
Fires burning across South Korea have killed at least 24 people and forced the evacuation of 27,000 others. They've also destroyed more than 200 structures. Fires also burning across the Carolinas. Thousands of evacuations there as well. Dollar Tree is selling Family Dollar to a pair of private equity firms for $1 billion. Dollar Tree bought it for $8 billion. This is ABC News.
Just a smattering of broken down vehicles still this morning. A new one on 94 West near Highway 100. That's blocking the right shoulder. We've still got our semi on the on-ramp from State Street to 175 South, as well as one near 4145 at Good Hope and near the airport on 94 South. Otherwise, it's just your typical volume for a Wednesday morning, and no other incidents and certainly no crashes right now. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Weather for today, high of 52 degrees, a little bit cooler near the lake under partly cloudy skies. Mostly cloudy tonight, low down to 36, chance of some isolated showers. Right now at 32. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, facing sex crime charges for communicating with an underage girl, 33-year-old Cody Hughbanks, accused of sending inappropriate messages and photos of himself on Facebook to a person whom he believed was a 14-year-old girl. He was arrested on March 20th after traveling to the town of Geneva in an effort to meet up with the girl, charges pending.
The longtime city attorney in Sheboygan has stepped down from his post. Charles Adams told the city administrator of his decision to retire last week following a city council meeting March 17th, where members discussed a report related to the conduct and performance of Adams completed by an outside firm. The city says it will not be taking any formal action on the information discussed in that closed session. Adams had been city attorney since 2015.
Decision, Wisconsin state superintendent candidates focused on reading. The incumbent, Dr. Jill Underly, says the state needs more funding to support existing reading programs.
High standards for literacy and math, absolutely. High quality instruction, early childhood programming, special education, well-trained teachers, passionate teachers, after-school programs. We know what works.
The challenger is Brittany Kinzer. She says the state needs to reintroduce phonics-based learning.
We have to make sure that we're using research and evidence-based curriculum, and we have to make sure that our teachers are trained, they've been educated on how to teach phonics.
Election day coming up April 1st.
Several bank branches are closing across Wisconsin. Locally, these include the U.S. Bank locations on Wisconsin Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, and Blue Mound and Calhoun in Wauwatosa, along with Wells Fargo in downtown Milwaukee. This according to the U.S. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. The Chase Bank at Packard and Layton in Cudahy will be relocating as well. In all, 7 bank branches in the state and over 320 bank branches nationwide are closing in this first quarter of 2025.
New technology in place for opening day at American Family Field.
Go-Ahead Entry is a facial recognition scan that creates a seamless entry experience.
You'll be able to keep your phone in your pocket. It will validate your ticket based on your facial authentication. You'll walk through screening. If you don't have a bag, you'd continue to keep your phone in your pocket.
Vice President of Stadium Operations, Steve Ethier.
So the software does not store your image. It converts it to a token.
Go-Ahead Entry will be available next week, Monday, on Brewers Opening Day. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
Coming up, is Snow White really that bad?
News is
Traffic.
sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Traffic is sponsored by the amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The successful Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford is hiring positive professional servers and bartenders. You'll make great cash. Inquire today. Start next week. MineshaftRestaurant.com.
Football fans, Verizon is giving you the chance to win the ultimate draft experience with the Road to the Draft sweepstakes. 10 lucky winners will win tickets to the first day of the 2025 draft in Green Bay, including round-trip car service from Milwaukee, hotel accommodations, plus access to the Verizon viewing zone. Don't miss your chance to win the ultimate draft experience powered by Verizon. Hurry to select Wisconsin Verizon locations to enter by April 13th. No purchase necessary to enter. Must be legal U.S. resident of Wisconsin or Illinois, age 21 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit www.espnwisconsincontest.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
The Lifetime Door free garage door contest is almost over. Time is running out to win a brand new garage door from Lifetime Door. Absolutely free. This contest ends March 31st. Don't miss the chance to win a stunning, high-quality garage door that will boost your home's curb appeal and values. Entering is easy. Text garage to the WTMJ talk and text line, or just go to WTMJ.com and the entry form is on the very front page. It's just that simple. For contest rules, visit our website, WTMJ.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
We're down how many arms going into opening day? We got Brewers news in sports at 7:45.
If you're paying attention to the movies lately, you might be hearing about Snow White and how it's like one of the worst movies ever of all time. Just so bad.
Is it so bad?
Well, I sent my kids yesterday. Well, my mom, my wonderful mother.
Okay, it was movie day. Very nice.
Offered to take the kids off the hands for spring break, and she took them to see Snow White. And my littlest, she's 9, and she came home all smiles. So fun, Mom. I really liked it, and I really liked the part at the end when they did this and blah 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 blah.
Okay, 9-year-old review solid, positive,
okay,
thumbs
yep,
up.
She liked it. My 13-year-old, because we had talked about the reviews being really bad.
Okay,
and she came home. She's like, it's not as bad as the reviews say that it is.
Okay. It was fine.
And yeah, and my mom was same category, just like it was okay. It wasn't the best movie she's ever seen, not the worst. But it's super controversial too, and I wonder if this is part of people not wanting to go see this movie is just all the stuff that happened outside of the actual movie theater. So main character, Rachel Zegler, she's Colombian. She does not have skin as white as snow, so people were calling this a very woke movie.
Okay.
There were, pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian conflicts between the two main actresses, Zegler and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen. So they're on opposing sides.
So like not actually in the movie.
No. This is all
I don't
outside.
Remember Snow White being involved in the Middle East, but
Zegler called the movie.
It's been a minute.
Zegler had some comments about the movie being outdated, especially in terms of romance, and
I did see
it was
that.
weird. Oh, and then the dwarves. So the dwarves are CGI. They're not even real people. And so then Peter Dinklage is weighing in, famous for his roles in, Game of Thrones and other.
Right. I love that guy.
Yes, he's
great.
great.
Like, these would have been good jobs for us to have.
He called it backwards, and they're not even voiced by dwarves. One dwarf, I think, actor is.
So just all of the various constituencies here have weighed in, and everybody's unhappy.
Everyone's mad.
Okay.
So it bombed at the box office. Opening weekend, it only earned like $43 million, and it cost like $250 million to make. So I don't know, but my kids said it was okay.
All right. Well, actually, now I'm curious. I think I might want to go see it. News is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk. That's heard Saturdays at 10 right here on WTMJ.
According to the Census Bureau, more than 12,000 Americans are turning 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. 65 is traditional retirement age because it matches up with Medicare, but Gallup found 61 is the average retirement age. Some Annex clients retire early, but we also have clients working at 70 because they love what they do. You know why? Because they've got plans built by fee-only fiduciaries, plans custom-tailored to their lifestyle. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work building investment, retirement, tax, and estate plans in their best interest. Proper retirement planning doesn't start the week before you retire. Having a focused plan built by our in-house teams will go a long way in helping you reach the retirement you desire. It all starts with the conversation you probably already have in the back of your mind. It's time to put that into action and contact Annex. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. I get a lot of questions about QC Kinetics treatments, people asking if they should consider it for their own joint pain. Well, here's how you know. If you answer yes to any of these questions. Is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees or hips or shoulders or other joints, trouble sleeping or walking? Do you want to avoid surgery, a long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing the things you love because joint pain is holding you back? If you answered yes to any of these questions, don't wait. Call now. Call QC Kinetics and ask for your free consultation and learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can help you get lasting relief. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
7:41. Let's check into the morning drive. Adam Roberts watching the cars with Debbie off.
Some good news on that semi that's broken down on the ramp from State to 175 heading south. We've got a tow truck out there, so they're going to get this thing taken care of here momentarily. Only other broken down vehicle left, by the way, is the one on Highway 119 near the airport heading on to 94 south. We do have some volume building up through the construction zone on 43 from North Avenue heading up to about Capitol Drive and points north. It's going to be a little bit slow as you work through that construction. Also a tad slow 94 west from about 27th Street through the stadium, and on 894 heading west from about Loomis all the way over to Forest Home. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast, a mix of sun and clouds for today with high temperatures in the mid-40s by the lake, lower 50s inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, the chance for a couple rain showers past midnight. A few of those rain showers will linger into Thursday morning, then dry in the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the 50s. A warm front lifts towards us on Friday. That'll bring the chance for some rain showers early, then a dry and warm afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 60s by the lake, lower 70s inland. Saturday, our temperatures will fall throughout the day with the chance for rain showers and storms. A chilly and wet Sunday with chance for showers and night mix possible as we head Sunday night into Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 32 degrees. The state of the this, that, and the other. This whole season of these speeches set to wrap up, I think, pretty much this morning. You had the mayor of Milwaukee already give a State of the City address. The governor gave the State of the State. President Trump, although because it's the front end of his term, it was not officially a State of the Union, did have his address to the joint session of Congress at the beginning of the month. That leaves...
Early spring, everybody! Yeah!
Yes. Milwaukee County Executive David Crawley.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Crawley scheduled to give his address later this morning. I did connect with a spokesperson in the county exec's office, just looking for a little insight into what the speech will be about. And I'm told partnership will be a theme. A little bit about what my guy told me here. County Executive Crawley will discuss several key projects, initiatives that have realized progress through our partnership-centered approach from A to Z, meaning from airport to zoo. County Executive will highlight collaborative efforts and partnerships, et cetera, et cetera. I will credit the county exec and his team, David Crawley and the folks over there with progress on this front. I think the county has a better relationship with state lawmakers in Madison, good relationship with the State House, with the governor there as well, and with other community groups. I would like to see them continue down this road, more public-private partnerships, more ways to bring business into the parks, things to do in the parks that also become revenue generators. Please see beer gardens as a raging example of success.
Love the beer gardens.
Right?
Such a great idea.
More things to do. Now, the folks who don't like this will say, oh, no, you're charging admission to the park. Well, then don't go to the beer garden. Walk along on the path. Everything else is still free.
Yeah, you don't have to pay to get. You can just sit at the beer garden if you want.
You can do
listen
that.
to the music.
Right. So I'd love to see more of that and hope to hear more about that. County Executive David Crawley has his State of the County address 9 a.m. at the Marcus Performing Arts Center.
Oh, the first thing you say is, hello, Mr. President.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. When and how you take Social Security could mean the difference of tens of thousands of dollars over your retirement. Do you have a strategy to get the most from your benefits? The team at Drake & Associates does. Since 2002, they've been guiding good people to make great decisions about their retirement, using their comprehensive retirement roadmap to maximize Social Security and optimize retirement income. And right now, they're offering a complimentary retirement toolkit. It includes Tony Drake's book, Get Retirement Ready, plus 5 essential guides to help you make informed decisions. To claim yours, call or text Drake to 414-400-4692. Again, that's Drake to 414-400-4692. Don't leave your retirement to chance.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Brewers home opener on Monday in New York to start the season Thursday afternoon. That's tomorrow against the Yankees. Brewers manager Pat Murphy sure like to have a few more arms with him.
I mean, 7 of our top 13 pitchers will not be going to New York. And then that's disturbing. That's difficult and hard to deal with.
Murphy joining us Tuesdays on Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, on the plus side, the skipper feels really good about a few other guys coming out of spring training.
Yelich looks fantastic. He's picked up where he left off. Churio on track, William Contreras on track. So those 3 guys will lead us for sure. Keeping them healthy is crucial.
2:05 is the first pitch for the Crew tomorrow. We'll get you started with the pregame show at 1:30 right here on WTMJ. Later this morning.
Blew out a tire. Left blinker is on.
First appearance on Brewers 360 by play-by-play man Jeff Levering. He'll join us at 8:40 this morning. Bucks, one more on the road tonight before returning to Fiserv Forum at the end of the week. We'll still be missing this guy.
Lillard from 30 feet out knocks down another from the left side.
News from the team that Damian Lillard has a blood clot in his calf, technically deep vein thrombosis or DVT. He's on meds, no timeline given for his return. Bucks and Nuggets in Denver for an 8 p.m. tip tonight. Wisconsin women's basketball has a new head coach. Robin Pinchton gets the job.
Pinchton spent the previous 15 seasons leading the University of Missouri to a 250-218 record. Her last appearance in the NCAA tournament with the Tigers was in the 2018-19 season. The hire comes after the resignation of Wisconsin head coach Marissa Mosley following a 13-17 campaign. The Badger women have not made the NCAA tournament since their first-round exit in 2010 and have recorded 14 straight losing seasons. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Badger Sports Update, sponsored by Siding Unlimited, It's Siding, and a whole lot more. And finally, some great news for hockey fans in Milwaukee.
What is high sticking?
The guy take the stick, and he go like that. You don't do that.
The Predators announcing an extension of their affiliate agreement with the Milwaukee Admirals. The Ads will continue being the AHL affiliate of the NHL team, ensuring the road to Nashville goes through Milwaukee. Agreement extended through the 2028-29 season. So congrats to owner Harris Turr and President John Greenberg and that whole crew over there at the arena. 7:49 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Please, please, please. Hear that? That's shady Brad Schimmel on his knees begging for money from wealthy billionaires who want to buy Wisconsin's Supreme Court.
I have to crawl around begging people.
And the more Brad Schimmel begs,
please, please, please,
the more they shell out. Because everyone knows shady Brad Schimmel is for sale.
I have to crawl around begging people.
After all, Schimmel cut a crooked plea deal with a man caught with child pornography. After his lawyer gave Schimmel thousands in campaign cash. What could have been a 25-year sentence was dropped to just 3 years for that sick predator. So it's no wonder billionaires want shady Brad Schimmel on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. They've seen Schimmel help his campaign donors, just like he did for that criminal's lawyer.
I have to invest in knee pads.
Brad Schimmel, if you're listening, get up off your knees. You're embarrassing yourself. Paid for by the Justice Project.
Please, please, please.
Not authorized by any candidate or candidate's agent or committee.
Please, please, please.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Bumblebee Blinds makes it easy to refresh your home. Book a free consultation today. Get high-quality blinds with professional guidance and stress-free installation. Bumblebee Blinds. Window treatments to buzz about.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
This traffic report brought to you by Bumblebee Blinds. Visit them at bumblebeeblinds.com. Adam.
Little volume still on our trouble spots right now. 43 through the construction north of Fond du Lac up to Capitol Drive. Going to be a couple extra minutes, especially as you round that curve heading towards North Avenue. 894 going to be a little slow heading west from Loomis past Forest Home, and also 94 east and west around the stadium between about 27th and 68th Street. Going to be a little slow in both directions. We do have a right turn lane blocked off the freeway. This is Highway 18 near Honey Creek Parkway in Wauwatosa. Just be mindful of that right turn lane blocked there due to a broken down vehicle. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ's 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Partly cloudy skies for your Wednesday, a high of 45 at the lakefront, 52 inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy, an isolated shower late, a low of 36. Thursday, some morning showers possible, then mostly cloudy with a high of 53. Friday, a chance of a shower or storm in the morning, clearing for your afternoon, 68 at the lakefront, 72 inland. Saturday, a chance of showers and storms, a high of 58, but falling into the 40s by the afternoon. And Sunday, a chance of showers, a night mix is possible, and a high of 44.
Idea Man.
Now I know what it's like to be Brian Bulaga.
Innovator.
Who in 2010 stepped into the starting lineup for an old, broken down, washed up right tackle and helped the Packers to a Super Bowl title.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
Tausch loves to bring up Lou Gehrig and Wally Pipp. I hope he's nervous this morning because I'm not sure he's ever getting this job back.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Kohler Services, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Jason Wilde with us live this morning. Hey, Wilde.
Does Tausch do this on video every day, or is he on the phone?
Yeah, typically, he'll do the video feed. I see you up in the. You know what? I meant to ask you, for those of you who watch along with us, or you watch Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin, and if you're watching us on the YouTube right now, you see Wilde is in his home studio, I assume. It's real busy in there, man. There's a lot of stuff.
Well, first of all, when Greg Hill asks you to do video, you do video. You don't want to be on the wrong side of pancake.
He's the boss.
Secondly, this does look a little busy. It's because it's where everything that Paula doesn't want in the rest of the house ends up, and it really absorbs the sound nicely. I don't have to put up those foam or whatever to absorb the sound. It's beautiful. So, thanks for noticing.
That's funny you mentioned that is your space. That I've complained before. And I think it'll be different once I get my other two out of the house and into college. But there is no space in the home that belongs to me, which is why my trunk of my car looks like a locker room. I got golf shoes in there. I got whatever. It's like at some point, Wilde, I didn't even have a spot to put my golf clubs.
I don't know if this is meant to be a kind thing that I have my space, or it's just this used to be a closet in our basement. So let's not make this sound like it's fancier than it is.
Accept it with pride. Right? You have been granted this space.
I've got an office at Lambeau too, where I've got the rest of the stuff that Paula doesn't want in the house.
Michelle?
No man cave for you?
Is Chad afforded a man cave? Does he have a space all unto himself?
Well, we do have a finished basement.
Okay.
We don't spend a lot of time down there.
But does he have a corner where he hangs his various things on the wall? And
yes, that's the basement. He did decorate the basement with some of his posters that I do not approve of.
Right. Okay.
Top Gun, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Chad already.
Right? Don't you? You know, the spot that I have in our home for that is it's not even downstairs. It's the stairway that goes to the downstairs. It's on the stair. That's where my Packers stock is. I got a couple of picks, a couple of press passes that I've saved from historic games, some Super Bowl posters, stuff like that. I didn't even get like a whole corner of the basement, Wilde.
Sounds like your wife is a smart person.
Right. Which room do I get to decorate? I'd like to decorate the living room. Can you imagine?
Good luck with that.
All right. Well, we have you, man. Wanted to ask you about Damian Lillard and the injury, deep vein thrombosis. I know he's not the only athlete to ever have blood clots, but this is not something I think we've covered before.
No, I know Wemby had a similar issue for the Spurs in his shoulder. Look, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the radio or on YouTube, but
this is something you don't mess around with, right? And so Mike McCarthy used to use the phrase the high side of caution, and I think this is very much a high side of caution type situation. So when we were actually in the car driving back from, Maddie had a track meet at Ripon College last night, and we heard that news, and Sydney's our basketball player, and we ended up discussing it, and it's nothing to joke about for sure, and hopefully he gets healthy sooner rather than later, because it's been a difficult year for the Bucks.
I've known regular people who've had blood clots and they go on the blood thinners. I don't know, probably if I named a couple of prescriptions, people would know it, and it's not terribly uncommon, but hadn't heard about that shutting down an athlete, as you mentioned. Possible we get him back this season?
They're not expecting Wemby back for the Spurs, but obviously that's a team that's in transition there. So, look, there's a chance they get him back. They get Bobby Portis back from that suspension with about 4 games left in the regular season. We all know how great Giannis is. I'm not ready to write off the season just yet, obviously, but this was bad news to get yesterday.
Jason Wilde live with us this morning. We'll talk again tomorrow when it's opening day for the Brewers. Thanks, my friend.
I better dress up more. I feel very underdressed. You with your vest, and Michelle looks nice, and I look like a schlub. So I'll see what I can do for tomorrow.
I'll wear a Brewers sweatshirt tomorrow. You good with that? A little quarter zip?
Sure. I'll dig one out, too. I'll be right on top of that. All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Thanks, man.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Enerpac Tool Group sets a moving date for its new downtown Milwaukee headquarters. The business plans to relocate March 31st from Menominee Falls. A printing company is moving to a new location in Waukesha. Plans are in the works at the Waukesha Corporate Center for a 117,000 square foot facility as the undisclosed business prepares to relocate. And the co-developer of 3rd Street Market Hall in Milwaukee plans another food hall. Hempel Real Estate's latest food hall proposal would be developed in a downtown Minneapolis office tower. I'm Sari Lesk with Milwaukee BusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
This report is sponsored by CertaPro Painters.
Hey, John Mercure here. Our home has become our happy place, thanks in large part to CertaPro Painters. They came out, they did a big job, and they did it big time right. It's CertaPro Painters. Right now's the time. Call and check out their spring sales event going on now through May 15th. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They will transform your house inside and outside. Each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
When you're up in the Mile High City, it's important to be aware of flying objects, especially when we come to town.
Liftoff. Spin move by Giannis and a big one-hand flush.
The Bucks head up to Denver to take on the Nuggets.
He was a blur taking it down the lane, and the Greek Freak is putting on a show early tonight.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 7:30. We are the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's Brian Noonan. I can't believe how well Milwaukee Weight Loss is working. I've only been doing it for 8 weeks. I've already lost over 43 pounds. I'm well on my way to my ultimate goal. I have a coach who helps me out. Everything is going terrific.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. The Bucks are almost out of the woods, or mountains, of their West Coast trip against the Nuggets.
Spin move by Giannis and a big one-hand flush. He was a blur taking it down the lane, and the Greek Freak is putting on a show.
Our coverage starts tonight at 7:30. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:01, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Wednesday, March 26th. Our top story, taking responsibility for the group chat fail.
I'm Michelle Richards, in for Eric Bilstead. The VP heads to Greenland.
I'm Adam Roberts. We've got minor trouble right now on 43. Got a crash to report. It's right by the Fond du Lac Avenue ramp on the right shoulder. 2 vehicles involved with this one. It is out of the way of traffic. We've got no lane closures associated with that. But speaking of 43, through that construction zone heading north out of downtown is going to be a bit slow. 3 extra minutes right now on your ride north from Fond du Lac up to about Capitol Drive. And some volume as to be expected on 94 heading east from about 68th Street through the stadium to 35th. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
45 degrees, your lakeside high today, 52 inland, under partly cloudy skies. Mostly cloudy tonight, isolated showers possible late. Tonight's low stays above the freezing mark at 36. Right now we're at 32 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, President Trump and some of his most senior cabinet officials trying to brush off the Signal war plan story by attacking the Atlantic editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg. ABC's Martha Raddatz.
President Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, saying the blame lies with him.
I take full responsibility. I built the group. Embarrassing, yes, but Pete and I are veterans. We know these operations. He has been an excellent Secretary of Defense.
In the White House with President Trump, Waltz unable to explain how journalist Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic was invited into the chat group where war plans were laid out.
The National Security Agency warned employees not to use the encrypted messaging app Signal last month.
Vice President J.D. Vance will be traveling to Greenland, joining what was meant to be a trip for his wife, Second Lady Usha Vance, one of their kids, and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
The vice president says it's all about global security. He made the announcement in an online video saying he would travel to a U.S. military base on Greenland's northwest coast. Earlier this week, it was announced that his wife, the Second Lady, Usha Vance, and one of their 3 children plan to visit historic sites and attend a dog sled race. Greenland's outgoing prime minister called those plans and a potential visit by other U.S. officials, quote, highly aggressive.
The visits come after President Trump suggested the U.S. should take control of Greenland from Denmark.
Decision, Wisconsin. Candidates for state superintendent of public instruction focused on reading.
Candidates say they're focused on making sure that students are well trained in reading proficiency, especially in urban communities like Milwaukee that have seen large learning gaps. Candidate Brittany Kinzer.
We have to make sure that we're using research and evidence-based curriculum, and we have to make sure that our teachers are trained, they've been educated on how to teach phonics.
Incumbent candidate Dr. Jill Underley.
High standards for literacy and math, absolutely. High quality instruction, early childhood programming, special education, well-trained teachers, passionate teachers, after-school programs. We know what works.
Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
The longtime city attorney in Sheboygan has stepped down from his post in what he says was in the mutual interest of both parties.
Charles Adams had been in his position since 2015, but served in the city attorney's office for nearly 2 decades before that. Adams told the Sheboygan city administrator of his decision to retire last week. This followed a city council meeting March 17th, where members discussed a report related to the conduct and performance of Adams completed by an outside firm. Details of that report are unknown, and the city says it will not be taking any formal action on the information discussed in their closed session. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Opening day less than a week away for the Brewers' home opener. The team will have a new concessions area full of food trucks. Brewers President of Business Operations Rick Schlesinger on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
We've got, I just went there today and it's all ready to go for opening day, which is always nice when you announce something and it's ready to go. It's going to be great. We've got food trucks. We've got Italian food. We've got tacos. We've got some steak sandwiches. We've got gelato. We've got a really nice bar.
Brewers and the Kansas City Royals in the home opener on Monday. The season opener tomorrow afternoon in New York. Coming up, I don't need this door dashed. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05.
He's Donald Trump's right-hand man, Elon Musk. And now Musk is trying to buy Brad Schimmel a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Because Musk knows when you buy Schimmel, he'll do whatever you want. Like when Schimmel gave a plea deal to a man caught with child porn, after the man's lawyer gave Schimmel thousands of dollars. And Schimmel will ban abortion with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the health of the mother. Deeply corrupt and totally extreme. That's the real Brad Schimmel. There's a better choice.
I'm Judge Susan Crawford. As a former prosecutor and now as a judge, I've made sure rapists, murderers, and child predators were behind bars.
Protecting your family and your most basic rights. That's Judge Susan Crawford.
And I trust women to make their own healthcare decisions. Brad Schimmel doesn't, but I always will.
So on April 1st, vote for Judge Susan Crawford, Supreme Court. Paid for by Susan Crawford for Wisconsin.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at accunet.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
State of Wisconsin will be represented during Masters Week at the annual Drive, Chip, and Putt competition.
15-year-old Jared Romano recalls his first round of golf at the age of 8.
It was actually at Turtle Greens, this par 3 course.
From a par 3 course in Beloit to Augusta National in 7 years.
Just so surreal. I cannot believe it.
Romano will represent Wisconsin and the Midwest region, competing against 9 others in his age group.
You'll be actually hitting 2 drives, 2 chips, and 2 putts.
Just 6 shots, right? That's all you get?
Yep, that's all you get.
The competition will be televised on the Golf Channel April 6th. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Before Pandora and Spotify, you may remember there was Napster.
Napster, a brand that was notoriously connected to music piracy before re-emerging as a subscription music service, has been sold to Infinite Reality for $207 million. The tech startup says it has bought Napster in hopes of transforming the streaming service into a social music platform where artists can connect with fans and make more money off their work. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Is that what we were doing? Piracy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was famous for that. I just didn't realize it was still around to be sold.
No kidding. Also in the news today, a bizarre and baffling theft in suburban Dallas.
The Hooten family relies heavily on delivery services.
Normally, the laundry person comes and picks up our laundry from the front porch.
But on Saturday, says Brett Hooten,
the laundry person called us asking where the laundry was.
He checked the doorbell video and saw a DoorDash person dropping off food, and then
the DoorDash person walked off with the laundry.
Hooten says DoorDash now can't reach the driver. For him, it's
a little bit of a violation, a little bit of an annoyance.
And the lingering question, why? Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Well, that's gross. Dirty laundry?
It's dirty laundry.
Well, yeah, why? Why is a great question, Jim.
Maybe didn't know it was dirty. Maybe thought it was clean. Tempting to make a clean getaway. Oh, my apologies.
Oh my
that was terrible. 8:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get 0% interest for up to 72 months. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Being a Pella consultant means helping people build their dreams.
For Jenna, helping others find joy is so rewarding. It's why we love to do what we do.
I enjoy simplifying the process for the customer, taking the time to listen, and finding the right solution.
Randy understands that everyone's situation is different, so we don't just slap together cookie-cutter solutions.
Customers really appreciate just how prepared we are. All the samples, the videos, pictures.
Jake arrives at your free in-home consultation with pre-prepared materials to fully envision your dream Pella build.
We're with you from start to finish. You literally have a friend from beginning to end and beyond with your project.
Whether you're working with Ryan or another Pella consultant, we don't go away after the sale. We're ready with anything you may need before, during, and after installation. And right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for up to 72 months. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply at 3/31/2025.
Vince Vitrano here for that time of year when you need the Bugman and Queen Bee. Actually, Michelle was just telling me that she used them one time. What did you have, a bee problem in the basement?
We had bees in the basement of our St. Francis home years and years ago. So this is a company that's been around for a while.
Love these guys. They're based in West Dallas. Adam over there, he's the Bugman. And he said something to watch for right now are those bees that are showing up. They're just waking up for the slumber that they spent in your walls. So that's not great. Not great if you don't want a problem to explode in the spring. Not great if you want to be able to walk out your front door or sit out on the patio without those bees or wasps. Get the bug man out to your house now to take care of it before it becomes that kind of summer. Local, family, veteran-owned and operated. 20% off your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. To the best in local pest defense. Bugman, queenbee.com.
The Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center is here in New Berlin, and it's ready for you and your team. From little leaguers to hardcore players and trainers, this is the place you'll want to be.
You can't beat Burghardt.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Adam Roberts, watching the cars with Debbie off this week. What do you see, bud?
Got a crash, 2 vehicles on the right shoulder at the ramp from Highway 145 Fond du Lac Avenue to 43 South. That's again on the right shoulder, 2 vehicles involved with that, and it's out of the way of traffic. We do have some slowdowns still through that construction zone on 43 heading up to Capitol Drive from Fond du Lac out of downtown. Other than that, just a smattering of broken down vehicles, volume lightening a little bit on 94 East and West, and volume is light again on 894, where it was earlier heavy from about Loomis over to Forest Home. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast for today, high of 52 degrees, a little bit cooler near Lake Michigan under partly cloudy skies. Isolated showers possible late tonight, low down to 36. Right now, 34 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Michelle Richards.
8:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News this Wednesday. Michelle, final hour for you, and you're out. Thank you.
It's been a run.
Been great having you back in the studio. Always wonderful to hang out. I'm never going to come on this show, and you listen to the show, you know, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for.
Right.
Okay, it's not what I do. I don't bang on the table and carry water for this party or another. I try to give you analysis on politics, perspective based on experience from time to time. But when we're done, you vote for whoever you want. So I'm not going to tell you not to vote for this guy. I am going to say, if you're going to vote for him, find another reason other than his signature issue, which is not only never going to happen, but also something that if you think about it for 7 seconds, you wouldn't want to have happen. I will revisit all of that in a moment. First, a story. So I was student council kid in high school. Like, I ran for stuff.
Nice.
Yes, you?
No.
Class officer, student council rep, this, that, or the other. So by high school, I think freshman year, I was freshman class president. I was student council president my senior year in high school. Ran for this, that, and the other thing here and there. But that was my thing, right? And I liked it a little bit. It was kind of nerdy because, like, I liked government and stuff.
What did you promise? What were your platforms?
So it's interesting that you ask. My story today is about when I was running for junior class officer. And junior class was kind of important because that's the year that you planned prom. So, you know, I don't know what I said about prom, but various ideas and whatnot. It's not like we had debates or big things. It's just word of mouth and who was doing this and who was doing that. So I was running against this dude who was guy I knew, and, you know, we were friends since elementary school. He also went to Wilson Elementary, and here we are at Tosa East. And he had not been really involved in student government before, so I wondered what the play was here. And so my buddy's running against me, and his big play was, the exclusive plank in his platform was, we're going to put ping pong tables in the Raider Room.
Ooh.
And everybody liked it. They thought that was a good idea. Now, the Raider Room, quick aside, was it was a commons area that was largely for upperclassmen. So it had a jukebox in there and a TV and a snack bar, and you could kind of do what you want in there. And apparently, you know, my opponent's big plan was, we're going to get ping pong tables down there. Now, here's the thing. He won. He ran on that platform. Everybody was excited about the ping pong tables that year, and Vinny got to be vice president that year, which is actually just as well because I think he had to do a lot more work. But neither here nor there. He won fair and square. That was his platform. Well, here's the thing. He never got those ping pong tables in the Raider Room.
They're not in the budget.
It was not in the budget. It wasn't up to him. He quickly found that if he even bothered to really try, I don't know if he did or if that was just something that he said, but there was no administration support whatsoever for doing that. The junior class president has no jurisdiction over the governance of these school spaces, and to no surprise to me, apparently a surprise to many others, it flat didn't happen. So that's my story. Back to how it pertains to today's news. We got a guy running for alderman in the city of Milwaukee who wants to put ping pong tables in the Raider Room. District 3, Milwaukee's East Side, Alderman Jonathan Brostoff, who died, that seat vacant, down to the final 2 now after the primary. April 1st is Election Day. The Democratic Socialist in the election, Alex Brower, has a very socialist idea. He wants the city of Milwaukee to dump We Energies and to start up its own power utility. Quick aside, folks have their complaints about We Energies. I don't want to pay more for power than anybody else. I know there are complaints about rate increases from time to time. Some folks, particularly those who live near power plants, have their disagreements, but honestly, neither here nor there. This really isn't a story about We Energies. It's about the idea that the city of Milwaukee might somehow on its own create and operate a power generating source and grid, which strikes me as absurd. Does it not?
And also, at the same time, not go into billions of dollars in debt?
Yes. And even if you argue, as I suppose the candidate does, ultimately this is long-term savings. Like, it's a long way to get there. Maybe. And maybe you don't.
So the Journal-Sentinel has an article out about this, and they do say that there are some large cities where this has worked. Los Angeles, Omaha, Jacksonville.
Okay.
But these were established like more than 50 years ago. So maybe they are seeing those long-term effects right now, but cities that have tried to do it recently, not so much. Yeah, you're referencing the article by Vanessa Swales, lengthy piece about it in JS. It's a good read. She's got a lot of different perspectives here. She starts by saying one of the 2 finalists from Milwaukee District 3 Alderman seat is headlining his campaign with a controversial idea of replacing We Energies with a municipal or cooperative utility. While Alex Brower's proposal is legally permissible under state statute, gaining the support from enough members of the city's Common Council and Mayor Cavalier Johnson would be just one of the hurdles this proposal would have to overcome. I say it's more than a hurdle. It's like a giant wall that you would have to scale. Swales writes, similar proposals to your point, Michelle, in other municipalities have also proven pricey. So these are folks who've tried it more recently than the examples which you cited. Reaching the billions of dollars. The city's 2025 budget totals $2 billion. Brower said that he would pay for the infrastructure through municipal bonds, form of borrowing. Brower said that the debt would be paid off by ratepayers and not by the city. This is a quote, "This will not put the city into bankruptcy," Brower said. In fact, it'll actually make it financially stronger. Now, despite candidate Brower's claims that while not ready to state support for the PAM publicly, he thinks that there are enough Common Council members out there who agree with him, which I question. Regardless, the mayor's office, according to the piece, is out. Mayor spokesman Jeff Fleming quoted, "It is certainly not something that is on the mayor's agenda." Read, nope. This is not what we're talking about. Shut down.
The union, whom you would think would be much needed support for a candidate running as a Democratic Socialist, they're out. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW. Here's a quote. "The bottom line is that this proposed takeover would harm almost everyone and fix almost nothing." Pretty extraordinary statement from IBEW, calling on the candidate to withdraw the proposal. Bauer's opponent, Daniel Bauman, also blowing it up. "We're having a really hard time meeting basic needs of the residents right now. I do see merits in having a publicly owned utility and potential advantages of that, but currently, given the state of our finances and where we need to put our energy to help out people in need in the city primarily." So he's out. I haven't found I'm sure, though, there's a reason that he got through the primary. It probably sounds good to say on the street, "Yeah, we're going to stick it to We Energies. Yeah, you're getting charged too much for it."
And is there anybody supporting this?
No, at least enough voters to put him through the primary.
Right, the voters, but nobody that's quoted in this article.
Correct. So here's the other point. Outside of the fact that it would be virtually impossible to pull off, as we've detailed here, here's maybe the larger question. Do you want, if you're in the city of Milwaukee, for the city to run your electricity?
How many times has that happened? Oh, it's happened numerous times.
Numerous times,
yes.
Do you want Alderman Bob Bauman to have to drag whoever it is before his Public Works Committee 3 or 4 times a year?
I'm tired of talking about this. You put it very simply.
You want this group responsible not for the city flag or not even for plowing the streets, which they complain about virtually every time it snows.
Houston, we have a problem.
DPW got called on the carpet for screwing up the removal of Christmas trees.
Chicago does that.
Actually went to the drop-off center. If everybody actually did what you're suggesting, there'd be miles-long lines.
This is the team you want in charge of whether or not you have heat or the lights on or keep your freezer running. This is the team you want? Because all this other stuff is going really well. And I get it. People complain about the plowing all the time and whatever. People complain about the trash pickup. But that is absurd.
Those are minor inconveniences.
Yes, right?
At worst. Or unless you need to leave your house for an emergency or something. But like this would really be bad.
So I'm not going to tell you not to vote for Alex Brower. Sincerely, I actually don't know much else about his platform. I have not followed his opponent at all. I don't know who's better for the 3rd Aldermanic District. If I were still living there, as I did many years ago, don't know who I would vote for. I'm not telling you not to vote for him. What I am saying is don't vote for him because you think he's going to stick it to We Energies and create this alternate utility. If you're voting for him, it should be for some other reason, because this is a ping pong table in the Raider Room idea that is never going to happen, and you're lucky that it won't.
Take my building out! Happy to stare you in the face. Not a problem at all. We don't want any part of this. Christ.
Adam Roberts watching the cars. There was more of that cut,
yes,
Adam, as you well know.
There's a very important part of
I
that
left
clip
out
that
the
we
F-bomb on that
one.
It would certainly give us much more to talk about, though, if the lights were out every 3 or 4 weeks.
For sure. Old bored up Bob. Hey, let's get back to the roads now, where we do still have that crash on 43 South, right shoulder. Looks like a squad is there taking care of things. This is right near Highland, just south of Fond du Lac. You'll just be mindful of that as they work on the right shoulder. We do have some slowdowns north of that point, about North Avenue on 43 heading up to Capitol Drive, as you work your way through that tight construction zone there. Otherwise, just a smattering of vehicles broken down out of the way of the general freeway system, and volume is relatively light for a mid-morning Wednesday. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tax tips are brought to you by the Neal Group. For less stress with the IRS, visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL Group.net for a free consultation.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Tax tip number 2. Have you been preparing your own tax return? Are you considering hiring or engaging someone else to do the return for you? Maybe you have an unusual situation this tax year, like inheriting some property, required minimum distributions, starting a new business, or acquiring some rental property. If you decide to use someone to prepare your return, be sure they sign as the preparer and give you a copy of the return. The law requires preparers to sign and provide a copy to you. Avoid preparers that immediately promise a refund without looking at any of your information. And if something feels off, ask the preparer to provide their PTIN or tax preparer identification number. If they can't or won't give it to you, run away. For more information on this tip and other tax tips, go to nealgroup.net or stop in and see us.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. The IRS has you in their crosshairs. We are local and know how to deal with the IRS and state to solve your situation. Just the other week, we successfully removed the target on Nick to get $194,358 of taxes and penalties removed. This is why I started Right Choice Tax Resolution, to help people fight the IRS and state. You don't know the ins and outs of all the taxes they can charge you or the more than 150 penalties they can impose on you. Make the right choice and call us at 844-222-1192. We want to help so your bank account doesn't get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security garnished, or a lien put on your house. Get rid of that stress and get back to enjoying life. The situation won't go away if you do nothing. Call us at 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us right now to book a meeting meeting.
Enjoy a free dinner this week at the historic Fox and Hounds, one of the most unique and affordable supper clubs in Wisconsin. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds, one of my very favorite places. You will enjoy fabulous food and 90 years of history in the gorgeous stone and timber building. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every single night, free. Seafood, choice steaks, short ribs, a real favorite, pasta, prime rib Wednesday and Saturday, even the steak and lobster, your second dinner is always free. Desserts and ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free. I love that chocolate cake with the extra ice cream. Unwind with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, 20 bourbons to choose from, 100 wines from around the world. Wherever you live, it's worth the spectacular drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest for your free dinner. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, escape from your kitchen with a free dinner this week. Man, that sounds great. Call and reserve, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Beer fans, travel lovers, and history buffs, this is your dream vacation. Join me, Sandy Max, on a 10-day journey through Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. We'll enjoy Munich's famous beer halls, sip our way through Salzburg's historic breweries, and discover Vienna's culture and craft beer scene. Then end the tour in Prague, where ancient history meets modern brews. From iconic castles to authentic flavors, grab your passport and let's raise a glass to the ultimate beer adventure. Limited spots available. Book now. Email me, sandy@wtmj.com to learn more.
I've got to leave before I start to scream. For someone at the door and took the key. Feeling alright.
Raider Room was good times, though, Michelle, let me tell you.
Not bad.
A lot of work didn't get done down there.
I think you should.
The Raider Room for study hall.
That could be your space in your house. You could just call it the Raider Room.
Raider Room, we found a spot for it. Hey, I want to bring this story back that we talked about earlier about Kohl's at least testing in some locations, ending a practice that some have really enjoyed, and what the motivation is there. So, report in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel by Ricardo Torres that Kohl's is testing ending Amazon returns. In 2017, Kohl's and Amazon began a partnership for customers to return Amazon goods at Kohl's stores. In 2019, that service was expanded to nearly every Kohl's store location. They thought it would bring more people into Kohl's, and more importantly, once they got through the door, those people would be inclined to spend some money at Kohl's. And they're at least wondering out loud now, by the cancellation or closing of this service, whether or not that's actually yielded the return that they hope. You've returned stuff at the Kohl's Amazon thing. How does that work?
So around the holidays in particular, you're getting presents and maybe returning things that you don't want, or birthdays, any type of time that you're going to be buying a bunch of stuff on Amazon. I would see lines. You have to wait in line to return your Amazon stuff. And while you're waiting in line, you're standing right next to everything, right? And you have to walk through the whole store to get to the back of the store.
Where do they put it? They put it in the back?
Yes, right. Absolutely. So you would think that would possibly result in people doing a little shopping, maybe before or after. Maybe you see the line is too long, so you do a little shopping or after, but apparently that's not the case.
Quoted in the article, the suspension of service taking place at a, quote, handful of stores, said Jen Johnson, Senior Vice President of Corporate Communications for Kohl's. Kohl's has been providing a service to customers by accepting returns for Amazon and select other third parties across our store fleet and our return drop for several years. To continue to learn from our customers, we are conducting a test in a handful of our stores where we will be temporarily discontinuing the third-party returns service, Johnson said. What I'm fascinated by is it made a lot of sense to do exactly what you said it's done for you. Increase store traffic. More people in your store increase the likelihood that they're going to buy something. They're at least wondering out loud here now, are they actually buying stuff, though? Is this generating revenue for us, or is it actually just a service that we're helping Amazon with?
And just creating more work for the folks that work at Kohl's.
I think these more convenient returns for me as a shopper, and I don't like shopping, so if I'm going to buy something like clothing online, one of the barriers for me in getting past that is unless it's a brand that I know, like Nikes. That's what I wear for all my sports shoes. I'm 8.5, period. So I'll buy Nikes online because I know exactly what I'm going to get. But if I were going to buy a pair of dress shoes from, pick some, Kenneth Cole, I don't know, am I 8.5? Am I a 9? Am I a 9.5? I don't want to order it, have it dropped off, try it on. I don't like it. Then where does it go? Then I go to the thing. Then I'm supposed to put the label on the So this would make it easier and help me overcome that barrier. I have to admit, though, it hasn't necessarily gotten me in a Kohl's.
And there are other places you can go drop off your Amazon returns.
Where else do you do that?
UPS store.
You don't have to like box it up or do anything. You just go in there.
In some rare cases,
Okay.
like Amazon returns
But
can
they
be
just
goofy.
take care of it?
But yeah, for the most part, they just take care of it. You can go to Whole Foods if there's one convenient to you, which I don't think we have one anywhere near us.
So I think the idea is at least worth expressing. I mean, Kohl's has relatively new leadership. They have a new CEO. It's the third CEO in 4 years. So they've got some work to do. And I think if this is not giving them the return on the investment that they had hoped, then go ahead and shut it down. So they're going to try it. I believe Eau Claire is one of the stores that's cited as being a possible test subject for this. But if it is a popular service and you like it, the next time you do it at Kohl's, buy something on your way out, would you?
Now, what is working for Kohl's probably is the Sephora partnership, because skincare with kids, especially with the tweens and the teens, is all the rage.
8:32 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I'm the football guy, definitely not the outdoor home projects guy. So when it comes to things like deck building, Excel Custom Decks is the true go-to expert. Family owned and operated, Excel Custom Decks uses the finest materials and products and combines that with superior craftsmanship. If you want your outdoor area to shine this summer, contact Excel Custom Decks now. Whatever you dream up for that perfect deck, pergola, or outdoor kitchen, Rob and his family can build it. Excel Custom Decks, decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com today.
You only get one chance to make a first impression, and that goes double for your home listing, because that's how you're going to get the most value. By having a customized marketing plan specific to your property with professional photos, global marketing, and the built-in experience that Century 21 Benefit Realty has brought to the table since 2004. And being joined with Century 21 just makes all of the above stand out that much more. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
So how is that possible? 1.9% real estate commission? There must be something you're not telling me.
I hear that a lot. The truth is, everybody could do it, but they choose not to because folks keep paying more than they have to. I guess they just haven't heard yet that Century 21 Benefit Realty can make that 1.9% real estate commission promise on the sale of your home and stick to it. So I'd like to think that's going to make your decision easy. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. My reverse osmosis system in my house is fantastic. The water I drink, the water we feed the dogs, the water we cook with is crisp, clean, and clear thanks to Guthrie and Fry's RO system. It's technology that's been around for a long time, but it's the best in the business, and Guthrie and Fry will get it to you. It's affordable, it's effective, and you'll feel a lot better. It's all about the science. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice, and my choice is Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
8:34, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, March 26th. Burglary charges for an officer-involved shooting.
I'm Michelle Richards. Facial recognition at the ballpark.
I'm Adam Roberts, still working on that crash right near Highland on 43 South. Couple squads out there working with the two vehicles involved. Just be mindful as you work your way towards downtown. Our only other issue is just going to be tapping the brakes through the construction zone on 43 north of downtown, North Ave to about Capitol Drive, just a couple extra minutes there. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today on our way to a high of 52 degrees, a little bit colder by the lake. Partly cloudy skies, mostly cloudy tonight. Chance of some isolated showers late, low down to 36. Right now at 32, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, charged with felony burglary in an officer-involved shooting. 34-year-old Orlando Lagar according to authorities, tried to break into a warehouse back in March, or earlier this month, near 32nd and Villard on the northwest side. Police eventually chased him and a 41-year-old man down, shooting at both along a set of railroad tracks, 37th and Lancaster. The 41-year-old man was killed. Lagar is being held on $1,500 bond.
Decision, Wisconsin. The state superintendent candidates are focusing on reading. Incumbent candidate Dr. Jill Underly says the state needs more funding to support existing reading programs.
High standards for literacy and math, absolutely. High quality instruction, early childhood programming, special education, well-trained teachers, passionate teachers, after-school programs. We know what works.
Challenger Brittany Kinzer says the state needs to reintroduce phonics-based learning.
We have to make sure that we're using research and evidence-based curriculum, and we have to make sure that our teachers are trained, they've been educated on how to teach phonics.
Election day is April 1st.
Longtime city attorney in Sheboygan stepping down from his post, Charles Adams told the city administrator his decision to retire last week. Follows a city council meeting on March 17th where members discussed a report related to the conduct and performance of Adams. The report was completed by an outside firm. The city says it will not take any formal action on that report. Adams has been city attorney for nearly 10 years.
Bank branches are closing across Wisconsin, several of them locally, including 2 U.S. bank locations at 26th and Wisconsin in Milwaukee and one at Blue Mound and Calhoun in Wauwatosa. Also the Wells Fargo location in downtown Milwaukee. The Chase Bank at Packard and Layton in Cudahy will be relocating as well. In all, 7 bank branches in the state and over 300 nationwide will close in this first quarter of 2025.
New technology will be in place for opening day at American Family Field.
Go-Ahead Entry is a facial recognition scan that creates a seamless entry experience.
You'll be able to keep your phone in your pocket. It will validate your ticket based on your facial authentication. You'll walk through screening. If you don't have a bag, you'd continue to keep your phone in your pocket.
Vice President of Stadium Operations, Steve Ethier.
So the software does not store your image. It converts it to a token.
Go-Ahead Entry will be available next week, Monday, on Brewers Opening Day. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Let me just pull the markets up for you right now. Stand by. Talk amongst yourselves. Come on, Michelle. There it is. Opening down just minutes ago, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 166 points to 42,753. S&P 500 is largely flat right now at 57.76, and the NASDAQ is down about 60 points to 18,213. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Traffic is sponsored by the shower remodel experts at KohlerServicesWI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
Coming up, it's not just political texts driving you nuts lately.
This report is sponsored by CertaPro Painters.
CertaPro Painters know how important your home is to you, and I know how good their work is. CertaPro did the painting at our house, and it's absolutely fantastic. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. And right now, call and ask about their spring sales event going on now through May 15th. They are the best in the business. Inside painting, outside painting, they do it all. Schedule your free home estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I trust these guys. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters. Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned, it's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
It's time to take action to stop your sleep struggle. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
All right, I just got one of these yesterday. Text reads, Easy Pass final reminder, you have an outstanding toll. If you fail to pay by March 25th, which of course was yesterday, you will face penalties or legal action.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you're in for some legal action.
Well, and here's the thing. So I have an Easy Pass or an iPass or whatever it's called. I travel to Illinois frequently. And the first time I got one of these, I was like, really? What? Did my iPass not work? I didn't click on it because, of course, my brain then went to, no, this is probably a scam. And yes, it's a scam. They're not going to text you if you have outstanding tolls. But now the FBI is weighing in because it's such a problem nationwide. They've gotten more than 2,000 complaints in a month.
And those are the people who just bothered to complain, because I've gotten that as well. And one of my kids got it.
Yes, my kids get it too.
Right,
and they get the political ads. My kids can't vote. My kids can't drive. Like, stop it.
Where is my phone number on the dark web that we're getting all of these, right?
Right. So anyway, if you get one of these text messages, just don't fall for it, right?
Yeah, and the way to do that, I do that with the whole package delivery text that you get that's largely a scam, right? If it appears that UPS is telling you that they couldn't deliver a package, or that Easy Pass is telling you you owe them money, don't click on that text. Don't click on that link. Go to your account or go through their website that you know is legit, and then double check, because I don't like loose ends.
Yeah, and actually I got an email from Amazon the other day about an attempted delivery, and my brain immediately goes to scam. It wasn't as I went to my account, I checked it out, and it was just they said they tried to deliver and it didn't work. But I got it.
Okay.
So it must have been a mistake on their end. But it's making me overly suspicious of everything.
Right. Well, better to take a couple of steps when you didn't need to than wish that you had.
Yes.
And fall for a scam. 8:42 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Brewers play-by-play man Jeff Levering, our guest on Brewers 360. Next. We'll do the traffic first. Adam.
All right, Vinny, still working on that crash on the right shoulder, 43 South near Fond du Lac Avenue. Also heads up in Sheboygan, near Highway 23 heading onto 43. That ramp is closed. There was a crash earlier. They're working on clearing that up right now. That is just as you're heading towards Sheboygan. 23 East heading onto the freeway. That ramp is closed. Looks like work is kind of getting close to wrapping up, though, so that should open up here momentarily. Other than that, just a couple of broken down vehicles still scattered about on 94 South, a pair of them, one in Racine and one in Kenosha County, both out of the way of traffic. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
When's the 31st? That'd be Monday. Almost cost you a couple of days. Well, the Lifetime Door Free Garage Door Contest entry window closes on March 31st. Quit wasting time and get in this contest. Lifetime Door Company in Brookfield. Folks who got us a brand new garage door in Greendale, and it's beautiful, and we love it. And the door opener is amazing. The install was great. I'm so happy with it. Increase the curb appeal on our home, and you can do the same for yours at $0 cost to you. The garage door, the door opener, free installation valued at up to $8,000. Here's how you get in the contest. Text GARAGE to the WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. Maybe easier than that. Just start at WTMJ.com. You can't miss it. It's all over the front page. You just click on that, give us a little bit of information about yourself, maybe even include a picture of the garage door you already have, and you are in the contest. For contest rules, visit our website, WTMJ.com, and the window to enter closes on the 31st, which we have established is Monday. So get in the contest now.
Your stress-free spring break trip starts in your driveway with Go Right Way, Wisconsin's largest chauffeured fleet. Start your vacation as soon as you leave your house by letting Go Right Way handle your rides to and from Mitchell Field or O'Hare. Luggage? Go Right Way has it. Traffic? Go Right Way handles it. Parking hassles? You won't miss them. Go Right Way's professional, on-time chauffeurs are background checked and their vehicles are premium and meticulously cleaned. Your journey starts with a ride you can trust. Book your ride today at GoRightWay.com.
The Mind Chef's Wednesday all-you-can-eat Lenten fish fry is $7.99. Kids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Just walk in today for your $7.99 Wednesday fish fry. That's amazing. MindChefRestaurant.com.
8:46 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Brewers 360 is back as the crew is about to open the season on the road in New York.
Brewers Baseball brought to you by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino.
Oh, my God. Every day during the season, we talk Brewers baseball on Brewers 360, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. And on Wednesdays, it'll be the play-by-play man, Jeff Levering.
I helped him find it, too. Well, it's not mine to give.
Jeff on the line with us this morning. How do you like that?
What an intro. Thanks, guys. Thanks. It's great to be back with you for another season of Brewers baseball. And, man, if you could retire that Elmo anytime soon, that'd be awesome.
All right, as requested. I'll delete it from the system level. Hey, are you in New York right now?
I am indeed, yes. I went for a run in Central Park already this morning, so we're all set to go.
Nice. I got my college kid daughter lives out there, and then younger sister went to visit her, and I'm like, hey, the Brewers are in town this week, but I'm hardly expecting them to get a ticket to opening day at Yankee Stadium nonetheless.
Might be a hot ticket considering the Yankees went to the World Series last year, and they got the mighty Brewers in town.
Hey, listen, want to make sure I brought this up before we get into a lot of other stuff here, but I really enjoyed the pic that you posted the other day. You had the family out there in Arizona with you. Looked like you were just taking in a ball game as fans. How much time, was the whole bunch able to spend out there with you?
Yeah, they were only out there for 6 days, and they're in New York with me right now too. So we get a nice bunch of days stacked together, which didn't happen very much. We went 28 days without being together. Kids have school and stuff, and the Brewers were playing a bunch of games during spring training. So we had 28 days where we didn't see each other, and those days where we get to just be a family just does not happen very often. So for us to take in a ball game and just hang out, yeah, I think I've done that maybe 5 times in my 11 years in the big leagues right now. So it's cool to get those chances just to chill as a family.
Do the kids know that you have the coolest job in the world, or one of them, or is it just like that's just normal to them?
Well, hopefully I'm just dad, and that they think that it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize it quite yet, and I love them being jaded like that. But baseball is also the thing that takes me away the most, so it's kind of a love-hate relationship, I think.
You could do worse than New York spring break, right? That's a fun place to be as a family.
Oh, yeah. No, this is good. And the weather's supposed to be really nice this week, too. And it's in the 40s today, but it could be 80 this weekend. You could do much worse than New York City.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the weather. If we're in baseball weather, it sounds like we just might be.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that we're dry at least the days that the Brewers are supposed to be playing, with the exception of Sunday. We might have some scattered showers, but I will take this over anything else right now. If there's no roof like we have it in Milwaukee, I would take dry over anything else.
Talking with Brewers play-by-play man Jeff Levering. Brewers opening day tomorrow in New York. Let's talk a little baseball here too, Levo. Talked with manager Pat Murphy on Tuesday. Actually, first I wanted to share this with you. So Murphy, as we're wrapping up our interview.
Great talking. We really enjoyed it. Okay.
I was like, you did? He said he really enjoyed talking to us.
He said it twice.
Yeah. Is he just in a good mood, or what'd y'all do to Murph?
No, I think that this spring, I was telling some people this the other day, that he just feels like his shoulders are a little more relaxed this year. I mean, year one as a big league manager for the first time.
Yeah.
is not an easy thing, right? You're trying to navigate so many different schedules, and there were so many injuries last year that the Brewers had to deal with, and transactions and different players that were on the roster. I mean, it felt like sometimes you needed a "Hi, my name is" sticker before walking into the clubhouse. I think this year, while the cast of characters is a little different, it's virtually a good amount of the same people from last year, at least the main cogs in the wheel. So I think he's walking a little lighter, and that's a good thing. And who doesn't enjoy talking to you guys every morning? I thank you guys for talking to you every week. There's no doubt about that.
It's his favorite part of the week. He did mention, Murph did, Levo, 7 of his 13 pitchers are not making this roadie to start the season. If we had to pick a spot where the injury bug has bitten again, it is in the rotation and in the bullpen.
Yeah, and that's kind of a tale as old as time, Vince. I mean, it feels like, and this is a common thing, not just for the Brewers, but in Major League Baseball, that injuries have been more and more prevalent during spring training. Guys just don't know how to go from 50% of their work ethic in the off season and then the quick ramp up. And it just feels like in the spring training, everybody's trying to go from 0 to 100, as opposed to, okay, well, I'm going to maintain this at maybe 60% over the off season, and then all I need to do is that extra 40% to get to the regular season. It just feels like there's a lot more injuries now with the pitching side of things, and those elbows and shoulders get a little cranky. And hopefully for the Brewers' sake, it feels like the Tobias Myers injury with the rib cage and the oblique is a lot less serious than what they thought. And the other ones are you're just trying to maintain and get them to where they can get there and help you sooner rather than later.
Brewers play-by-play man Jeff Levering. This is the spot where you tell me it's been great to talk to me.
It's been great talking with you, Vince, as always. And I
really
look forward to
enjoyed
doing it again next week.
All right, my friend. Have a great call tomorrow. Can't wait to hear it.
You got it. Take care, guys.
How you like them apples?
One more time before 9 o'clock on the roads. Adam.
Good news, Vince, at 43 South near Highland. That crash earlier with those 2 vehicles on the right shoulder, that's been cleared up. And you've got a nice, free, easy ride heading south into downtown. Going to be a little bit slow as you tap the brakes north in that construction zone on 43, starting around North Avenue and up to about Capitol Drive. Otherwise, around Milwaukee County, things are looking good. Heads up, though, in the Sheboygan area. If you're heading on Highway 23 to get onto 43 South, that ramp is closed right now due to an earlier crash. Looks like they've got a couple tow trucks, some squads also out there right now. So we'll be working on this for a little bit. Hopefully that'll be cleared up soon. But again, in Sheboygan, Highway 23 heading onto 43 South, that ramp closed right now due to a crash. I'm Adam Roberts with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Steve Scafidi is your guide through the world of politics.
One of the big questions, of course, in front of the Wisconsin Supreme Court is Act 10. What happens next?
I don't know what they're going to do. The court could bring it directly up. That issue was decided before I was ever Attorney General.
On the Political Power Hour.
I hesitate to make an absolute guarantee in any case on how I would rule on a recusal request, because in my mind that is prejudging or predeciding an issue.
Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Our front hall closet project is complete with Inspired Closets Milwaukee, and it's going to happen today. I got some folks coming by the house, people that have been in our home before, and as soon as they walk in, the first thing they're going to say is, oh my gosh, this is the closet? This is the thing? Well, I can't even remember what used to be there. Oh, it looks like it's always been here. It looks fantastic. It is amazing how knocking out our dated old closet and replacing with white woodwork, modern finishes, functional design. It has changed the first impression everyone has in our home. This is the great part about working with my friends Katie and Dan. Never even occurred to me to open up the space like that. My wife and I sat down with Katie and Dan. We told them this is what we don't like about how things function, how it looks now. They designed a look that we'd never even thought of. Cut the clutter, calm the chaos, add beauty and function to your home. Tell them Vinny sent you. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets, inspiredclosetsmilwaukee.com.
If you're a woman looking to take control of your financial future, you are not alone. Women are leading the way in business and managing household finances, but challenges still exist. That's why Annex Wealth Management presents the Women in Wealth series every third Thursday. It'll empower you with knowledge and resources to succeed. Join us for collaborative discussions, community building, and learn about key areas of financial planning. Women in Wealth events are free every third Thursday. Sign up at annexwealth.com/events and bring a friend.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Landworks. Take a look outside and imagine the yard of your dreams. What do you see out there? Thriving plant life, immaculately edged beds, beautiful, healthy blooms. I got this at my place. It's thanks to Landworks. Take the guesswork out of your green space with landscape services from a good local company, Landworks. Their personalized landscaping plans are carefully designed to make your property shine throughout the season. Plan it now. Now's the time to contact Landworks today. The teams I trust in my yard. LandworksWisconsin.com.
This March, Heiser Automotive Group is putting the pedal to the metal with our Accelerate Your Refund sales and service event. Tax season is the best time to upgrade your ride or take care of your current vehicle. And we're making it easier than ever to turn your tax refund into turbocharged buying power. Accelerate into a newer used vehicle or get essential repairs and maintenance done. Plus, with Heiser's exclusive Safe and Sound program, you can buy and service with confidence, convenience, and peace of mind. Visit Heiser.com today.
See dealer for complete details.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
.856 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Sorry, it took a minute there. Michelle wanted to see pictures of my closet. It's nice, right?
I really did.
I'm not lying.
It's a dramatic
The
difference.
before and after, not too bad. One more thing I want to leave you with this morning. If you're looking for lunch or dinner plans today, here's a great opportunity to get that at Jersey Mike's, because at Jersey Mike's Subs today, every dime they make, not just the percentage of the sales, not just the profits, 100% of their sales today, they're going to donate to Special Olympics Wisconsin. And this is a group I spent many years serving on the board of directors with, continue to volunteer with Special Olympics Wisconsin, some of the most rewarding work I've ever done, and they do great things for nearly 10,000 athletes with intellectual disabilities across our state. So from young to old, they do great work at Special Olympics Wisconsin.
And it's a good sub.
And so there's that. And then many of these, it's like, and we're grateful for all the things, right? 10% of our sales we'll give to this, or a certain percentage of the product. 100% of their sales are going to Special Olympics Wisconsin today at Jersey Mike's. I want to thank them for that, and hope it's a very successful deal for Special Olympics Wisconsin. WTMJ's Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi is up next.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Enerpac